Hey guys, welcome to RC Talk. There was a lot of things going on today and yesterday, and a lot of talking and blah blah blah. And man, this morning there was a lot of people that were pissed off because of the RC truck that Axial came out with. So, like you guys saw, it was a 1/24th scale. So I was saying 16 scale or smaller yesterday on my other video. So I was right. I took a good guess, and I was right. Um, hey, James Swift, BLX Matt RC, how you doing? We have buy it, break it, fix it. That's in the house also. Ben, if you do want to come in, I can send you a link. Just let me know. Uh, Steve OD, how is he feeling today, mister?
Not too bad. How's it going with you?
Good. So, what were you reading today on all the RC channel chat about Axial?
Um, it's too small.
People don't like it small. I don't get it. Women say
That's
size
what.
don't matter, but in this
Yeah.
case, all the guys were saying it matters.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Opening up my drink, some Freshka without sugar. Diabetic. I got to take care of myself. I don't know if it's good for me or anything, but I guess maybe I should drink beer or
Monster.
Monster. There's way too much sugar for me in there. Diabetic is not good for that.
You know what's cool is it says now that if you collect these caps, which I got tons of, you can purchase some of their stuff, and like some of their top quality things. One of them was the Unicorn HPI for 350 tabs, and then for 500 tabs, a slash 4x4 Monster Edition. So I think I'm gonna get the Unicorn with 350 tabs since I got a whole crap load of them.
Cool. Yeah, the unicorn is a lot of fun. But like I was saying the other day when I was drag racing with my son, I found that every time I just touched the steering wheel just a little bit, it just went crazy. And I think I figured out why.
Oh,
That car is actually so low to the ground, and it's got a big spoiler in the front. So when you're actually going fast, all the weight is on those front wheels.
mm,
So as soon as you touch the steering, and it's only when you go fast that you lose control. Uh, all the weight it acts like a spoiler, so it just pushes the front of the car down. So as soon as you touch something, it just goes sideways. You lose control.
yeah, I like it more for a shelf clean anyways. I'll probably run it, but I love the look of the Unicorn.
Cool. Buy it, break it, fix it. Is painting his son's bedroom, and he's got it. He's got his phone attached on the side, propped up while he's painting. That's cool. Thanks a lot,
Nice.
Ben.
See,
James. Yeah, how
yeah,
you
James
doing?
BLX Matt. What's going on, guys?
Camage and Crawling RC, how you doing? We're just hanging out. We're gonna talk about what I saw this week happening, and if you guys want to pitch in and say some comments about the new Axel 1/24th scale. For me, it's a big no-no. Simple reason, I don't like that scale. For
Well,
others,
you even said on your video that you thought it was not going to be a 10 scale, that thought it was going to be smaller.
that's correct. Yeah. So I was right on that. I took a guess, and I guessed right.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people were hoping for portal axles also, and they want Axial because they like the quality of Axial. They've been building rigs with Axials for a year, and now they want Portal. They had the taste of Portal because of Traxxas, and now Red Cat has some. Vanquish has some. So, but they're expensive, the Vanquish ones. But now that Red Cat maybe is selling the axle kit, just the axles, maybe some people are going to pick them up. I don't know. But one thing is, people are putting a lot of emphase in French, in English, emphasis or something like that. Anyways, it's a weird name. On portal axles, everybody's saying, oh, I want you to come out with portal axles. Like, it doesn't matter. When you're building a scale truck or something scaled, not all truck has a scale axle. So to me, it doesn't really matter if they do come out with portal axle or not, because let me just pick up something real quick. What do you think? You need portal axles? Well, you have a TRX4.
Yeah, that's all I know is portal axles for crawler.
Yeah, for crawling, yeah. My son, we actually made it dirty. This thing's dirty. This thing's heavy. It's full of dirt. It's full of dirt. We put some love this afternoon right after school. We went for a walk.
Was that your kit?
No, that's a whole new one. It's a whole new one I picked up yesterday. This is a ready to run, and I picked him up for him so he can actually run it at the G6. But the kit,
the airport.
Yes, the airport money.
Nice.
I finally got my check unfrozen, and I went to pick it up right away. So that's what I got. So he just tried it, and I have my TF2, and we were having fun beside. And I was trying to pass somewhere, and I just couldn't. Like, I had a really hard time. And my son goes in the same steps I did, and he just goes. He goes, "Holy cow, Daddy! I did it no problem." And
What's up, Scott?
I'm there thinking, shut up. Hey, Scott.
Sorry, I'm late. I was playing a racing game on my phone.
That's all good. So let me scroll down here and get what I wanted to show you. Yeah, you don't have any crawlers, Godzilla, eh? You have racers.
Oh, I probably should have a crawler, though, don't you think?
Yeah, like a 1/24th scale
The Axial?
crawler you should get.
They got that RGT and all those other ones that are the little 1/24 scale crawlers that are probably the same layout. They probably are the same as what Axial came out with.
Yeah.
See, I'd probably buy the wrong crawler if I did. So if I ever do it, I'm going to need your guys' help. Because when you're buying your first of any type of a car, you're always kind of going for what you like and not really for all the right reasons.
Yeah, it's true. Jack just joined us. Hi, Jack. Welcome.
Hey, Jack.
Good night, guys. How you going? Scott?
Hey, Jack, what's happening?
Steve-O. Yeah, how you going, Scott? Steve-O, how are you, brother?
Good.
Tank, I don't need to say hello to you.
No, it's all good. You already did anyways. So, like I'm saying, a lot of people are putting a lot of talk about. I want portal axles, and people are getting pissed off at Axial for getting portal axle, but everybody's loving this truck, the new one that's going to be coming out from Element, which is a Team Associated truck. It's a new division from Team Associated, and they decided to come out with a truck. The only thing people are saying is, I hope it's a 1/10. So I think it will be by the size of tires.
The only color they have is the Team Associated was that C12, which was a 12th scale.
Yeah. Jack. There you go. Okay, thanks. Yeah, they had the smaller version from Team Associated, but this is a completely different and new company kind of that are branching out. And the axles looks kind of cool. They look different, that's for sure. But they are not portals, and people are excited about that. So to me, they're not looking. People are not really looking for portal. They're looking for something new, something different. And Element is one of them that's going to bring it to them. Red Cat to me is a good company also that they've come out. Like they got the Gen 8. Gen 8 is a pretty good company, pretty good little truck for the price.
eBay emails me things that they think I'm interested in, and well, I tell them I want to know about techno stuff. And I checked an email today from eBay, and they had a Tamiya Truggy in there. I didn't know they made a Truggy.
Stadium booster? Like that is?
What's the name of the truck they have?
It's a Tamiya Truggy.
Okay, what's the name of it though?
Oh, what was it? It was a G. I don't remember.
Okay.
I could hope I probably deleted the email. But I could probably check my view history, but I don't remember what it was off the top of my head.
Yeah, just like Buy It, Break It, Fix It is saying, Vanquish, the VS410, does not have portals. Some people were complaining and were bitching at the beginning that why didn't you come out with portals? But it's still sold. People are buying it because it's different, because it's a full metal upgrade kit. It's got a lot of good things for the skater guys. So come out with a real truck, not a 1/24 scale. That's way too small.
Well, what freaked me out about that Truggy was that I guess I kind of a prejudiced mind against Tamiya, maybe because I grew up building models and I remember them being like a model company.
Yeah, model plastic. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so I kind of think of them as toys, but when I see a Truggy 8-scale racer, I'm like, phew, that's pretty badass. I want to look into that. I mean, it tells you. I know they build race cars, but I just don't know a lot about Tamiya. So to see a big 8-scale Truggy, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people were saying too. It'd be nice to have something bigger. Like the XCX10 is a small platform. That's why the TRX4 is pretty cool, because they are a little bit bigger truck. Bigger bodies are on it. I actually went to the hobby store in Orleans today, and I took the Gen 8 from Red Cat, and I put it right beside one of the new TRX4. And man, I was surprised. I was really surprised. There's about, for the portal axle, the difference between the height, it's about 3/8 of an inch. The Red Cat is a little lower, 3/8 of an inch, but it's pretty close. You're getting about 4.5 centimeters and 5 centimeters, so difference. So it's pretty cool. The difference between the two trucks on the portal axles.
I've been seeing some videos on the new G-Wagon TRX4. Okay. Have you seen that one?
The G-Wagon?
Yeah, the Mercedes G-Wagon.
Oh, the new body? No, I haven't seen that one, no.
Yeah, the last couple of days I've been seeing people, I don't know if they got them overseas first or what, but I've been seeing a couple of videos of the guys running.
What's going on with all these new RCs? This is crazy.
They want to send people broke. That's what they want to do.
I'm already there.
Well, I saw I saw a comment by JD Passel. I think it was on Ben's video and those tracks, and he said he goes, I'm broke, I can't buy anything anymore. He buys everything that comes out.
All right.
Credit cards next.
Hey, Godzilla, people are asking if you cut your hair.
I had my ears lowered. No, I did.
So you did get a haircut a little bit.
Yeah, I spent too much time outdoors to deal with hair as long as I had.
GD Passel says you have Jesus hair.
Now I have young Jesus hair.
Scott's gone from the 70s to the 80s.
Yeah, he took over my haircut, and I shaved mine.
I see hobbies growing big time. Yeah, certainly.
Archie Basher Boy won't be able to join us this week, so I guess we have to talk about. I have something to talk about. A transmitter. Let's talk about. No, I'm just kidding. But really, this transmitter is kind of cool from Red Cat. I like the colors. It's flashy. It's nice red. It's got some nice kind of logos here. The antenna, the way it is, it's got style. My son,
I had that same one with the Red Cat shredder.
Yeah. As soon as my son saw it, he goes, "Oh, cool!" And he was there, just like feeling
Hey,
it.
Alvin.
It is rubber, so it's a hard rubber, but it's still nice and nice on the hand. So it's a nice little.
Tank, can you send a link to 75? Is it Game Dog?
Yeah.
Wants the link.
75 Game Dog. I'll try putting the link here. If it doesn't work, let me know. I can send it to you via email, but you'll have to give me your email real quick. I can send you an email.
Someone mute Tank quick.
Why?
So that's what Better Boy is saying.
Oh, RC Basher Boy. Oh, because I'm talking about the remotes. Now, come on, our Basher Boy. If I really want.
Right. Hello, James. How are you, mate?
Again.
Good to see you, James. Tank's doing a Marcel. Well, he's French.
So I hope you get that, what I just said, because I'm not going to repeat that twice.
How's everybody doing today?
Hey, Game Dog.
Hey, Game Dog, how you doing?
All righty.
You put some new shoes on that thing. What are those, buggy tires?
Hey, Steve-O, now listen what this car is. I built this car out of scraps in my house like this in the last week. I built this car, man, and I'm going to race it against all my friends with armors.
Nice.
It got a UDR speed control, a TRX4 body. It got a low-C chassis and some buggy tires. It's a real basher vehicle right here, man.
It's a Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's a real
Frankenstein.
basher. Hey, like 10 years ago, this is what people used to, this is what you called a basher. Before you went and bought a brand new car and bashed it, we bashed these cars that you put together, you know?
Right.
So I decided to do one, man. It's a sweet car, though, but it run real good. I got to put some video up.
Nice.
Cool. One thing I noticed and I found very interesting, I'm pretty sure that, and I'm going to have to test that one day, this remote that's Red Cat, I think it's a Fly Sky remote. So
Yeah,
it should
it's
be the same technology. Hey?
Sky FS2.
Yeah, FSGT2E.
Yeah.
So just because the model number is at the back, so this is going to work with.
They're all the same, bro. They're just different. They're just branded differently.
So it's going to be interesting.
HSP, whatever they are, and all them, they're all the same.
Cool. Well, you're going to go racing with that big Ford Bronco?
Hey, listen. No, it's like I say, I got it set up for bashing and racing because, like I said, you got a lot of cats out here that think those armors is fast. So I set it up for bashing and racing.
Gotta get some video up of that thing. I want to see it.
Man, I'm telling you, you're gonna. Hey, it's awesome, man. You know when you build something and it come together real perfect. You know that feeling.
Yeah. No, nothing that just stopped it. Everything runs smoothly.
Yes.
Like it was made to be fit together.
And it's made off of an A-scale short course truck. That's what the chassis is an A-scale low-C short course truck.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Built a sleeper right there. People are gonna see it looks like a TRX4 and think
yes.
it's slow. Sleeper.
Yes. Real sleeper.
Cool.
Hey, Phil, JP Slayer, Alvin, Pat, JD Passel,
Earl RC.
True Media.
Yeah. So present to everyone. So coming back to the subject of the night, this is the brand new release from Axial today. Everybody is loving this rig.
Did you see the video that Flash Hobbies made of this?
I've seen a couple videos.
Oh my God, the Flash Hobby one is the one from the movie Zoolander, where he's putting like the model of the place together, and the guy is Zoolander. He actually put pictures of that deadbolt in the place of it, and
Turn on my computer.
it's just funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like about this, especially the small ones, is they all have the ESC and receiver combo built in.
Mm.
I hate that. And some of them are even as far as you have ESC, receiver, and servo combo all in one.
5-wire.
So
Why would Axial do that? I mean, seriously. I mean, they're a branded name. Why would they go to that
to
to
save
do
money.
something?
To save money.
Yeah, it's cheaper to do.
make
Yeah,
money.
the components are cheaper, but still.
Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of the stuff, the toy grade stuff come out with all this sort of stuff. Fair enough.
Well, some people have been saying that this is a Barrage rebranded with Axial parts. Like
Yeah, the 24 scale Barrage looks
Yeah.
just like I was saying earlier.
So I don't know if it is. I haven't done any research on that, but I'll look it up. I'll look at the parts and things like that and find out if they are different.
What's the scale of it? 124, is it?
Yeah. So that's a 1/10 and 124 side by side.
Oh man.
A huge difference.
So to me, like I said before, and some people like it, to me it's a big no. Some people like it, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But
I
for
would
me,
expect something like this to come out like Christmas time, where it's snowing. You can do indoor crawling. You can get it as for some kid, whatever.
now I sent these guys a message, Element RC, which is Team Associated, and I sent them a link to my YouTube channel and asked them, and I told them every Thursday we come, we have a chat. Can you come in? And they said they'd be more than welcome. Like he says, sure, we'll jump in, but they couldn't tonight. So hopefully soon they'll jump in and talk to us about this new truck that they have coming.
Cool.
Hey, Basher Boy not in here tonight. Where Basher Boy at?
He's in the chat. He's in the chat.
Yeah,
he's in the chat. Yeah.
Team Associated made a small crawl too. Can't remember the name of it, but it comes in white. Looks like a late 80s Dodge truck.
Yeah, there's some people are saying it looks like an old Ford pickup, and some people are saying it's a Dodge pickup, but it looks pretty cool. But the chassis, and when I saw these links, I go, man, there's something off with these links. To me, they look short, they look big or whatever. So I'm not sure if that is a 1/10 scale chassis until I saw the links on it. Once I saw the links on it, then it's not bad, but I'm not sure it's a 1/10 scale still. I'm on the fence on this. If it is a 1/10, it looks small. So I don't know. But the shock hoop, they look like the Traxxas. Dual server mount on the front here, which is good.
What electronics are in it?
We don't know yet. That's the only 3 pictures they have. Well, they do have some other pictures of the tires.
Be a hint to the scale.
And these tires, they look a lot like the new ones from Asia Tees from Boom Racing, the thread pattern. But they're Generals, GT, and that looks like a DG. So I don't know who's for Dirt Grabber. So I don't know. I don't know who makes this tire right now. For them, anyway. But it looks like a 1 point. I think it's a 1.9, but it looks like a big tire on it.
Nice scale garage.
Yeah, there is a nice scale garage.
The fender up on the bench back there.
Yeah, and you see the truck there. Yeah. Also on top, you see the truck. So that's kind of cool. So I don't know how long it's going to take them to release what it is or when it's going to be finished releasing. But they did mention to me that they're very busy this week doing a lot of stuff. So this week it was impossible for them to do a quick interview with me. So they might do one-on-one interview, or they might just jump in the chat and talk about this. So we'll see when they decide to do what needs to be done. So that's one of them I saw. There's the more pictures of it. This is the other one that was kind of interesting.
I like that. That's like a power wagon, looks like almost.
Yeah. So that's a new King Kong truck that they came out. So they just took the same body they have on the 6x6 and they put that on and a shorter wheelbase, and they put good tires. So I don't know what kind of motor it's going to have, but it looks beefy. It looks nice.
Man, I think that us as a consumers, we need to start creating stuff and make the major companies buy our ideas instead of us buying into their ideas, because they getting lamer and lamer to me, man. Some of these major companies. I think
I don't think they'll buy your idea. They'll steal your ideas, but I don't think they'll buy your idea.
Well, it's like I say, it's things that you can do, but you got to be, if we come together as a community and create something, they ain't going to be able to steal it. But probably just one guy. Yeah, they probably can steal one guy's stuff, but if we come together as a community, they won't be able to steal it. Trust me.
Yeah. Now this is a 1/12 body on this, but it is a very short wheelbase. Like you can see here, the drivetrain is on a very steep angle. But it's a mud truck, and it's a mud truck on leaf. This is what I like. It's not on links, the springs. That's old-fashioned mud truck, which is kind of cool.
What's
the price point on this should be pretty nice. It is a 1/12 body, but I think it's like a 1/10. Because the body is 1/12. Because when you look at it from the front, you can see it's a little narrower because it's narrow. The wheel wells are wide, but usually a 1/10 body would come closer to the wheels, the outputs of the wheels.
What's the price?
So I don't know if they're going to call this a 1/12 or a 1/10. I don't know yet. They just released some pictures today. So. But they're another company that's making waves, so that's pretty good. New companies are coming out with new stuff.
Tony said that they haven't been paid suggestions, so I doubt they pay for your suggestion. But really, that's not true, because the Armor, they paid attention to what people were doing, putting the tower-to-tower brace and that, and they took that idea.
Yeah.
What's the price tag, Tank?
Don't know yet.
Okay. And who made it?
King Kong RC.
King Kong RC. Well, they're going to be pricey then.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Johnny Rains is going to be painting a Red Cat Gen 8, the same color as this guy. So he's going to try to recreate the paint job that's on this truck on that truck.
Yeah, he'll pull it off. Don't worry. The guy's unbelievable, mate.
Yeah. So that should be pretty good and pretty sweet to actually see.
That's the dude from Highway 1 that was just standing in that picture.
Okay. Here's a video from Axial. I won't bore you with that. You guys can go see it. But this from Primal RC came today, and they came out with a new video.
Yeah, trying to jump that thing. Did a backflip.
Yeah. And with the TMR engine, it's a bigger engine. I wish they'd actually do a speed run or something, like go on a straight line and see what the top speed is. But it seems to be not bad. But it is a heavy truck. But when you were looking at it, when I was hearing it, you could see that it was hard to pull, especially doing those donuts. And it was like not cogging out, but it was like going, and then it was going for it. But it seems to be a better engine than the other one.
Was that gas or nitro?
That's gas. That one is gas. But this is a big one. This is almost 4
Yeah,
feet long.
yeah.
This is long.
I was just trying to remember.
I'm gonna mute myself. My nostril sticks out here.
So that's another nice truck that's coming out, and it's evolving. They're putting more and more stuff onto this, so it's pretty cool. I put a lot of stuff on my tank RC today. So, and I think that's about it. And then I have a little video. Actually, I should put the link on here for people to go see and go give a comment to my son. He likes it. Last time he freaked out and he loved it. I did a quick video when we came back from school, and after we went for a walk. So we did a unboxing video, and I put it on my son's YouTube channel. So here's the link. If you guys can go comment, say hi. So it's a quick video of him talking in English, which he's not that good, but he was trying and he wants to try. And he unboxed it, took it out for the first time, and he loves it. He really likes it.
You guys don't speak English in Canada?
We're bilingual. Now, most
so
people are
French as well.
Yes, French and English. But where we are, it's more there's a lot more French. But Ottawa is pretty bilingual. So
I remember the first time I went to Canada, I heard people talk. He's like, that's not what Canadian sounds like. And I started listening a little more. I was like, that sounds like French or something. And I did a little research and found out,
yeah. Sean's RC Adventure Traxxas will sue you anyways because they sued the other guys.
ECX has that new truck coming too.
Yeah. There's a bunch of new truck coming out so hopefully soon. So it's going to be nice to see.
Lots of stuff. And then Tony just got those little midget and sprint racers. That was pretty cool. Man, I'm glad I live near him because I'd buy one too. I don't have a job, but I would find some money somehow and I would buy them. They're only like $200.
Yeah, me too. I felt like grabbing one or picking one up, but if I grab one, I have to pick up two because I need to race with my son. So I'm going to hold off. I got too many projects on the go right now. I just sent you a link, Tony, if you want to jump in. Another thing I picked up today, I picked up two winch. Hey, we have Pusa Studio in the house. How you doing?
Tank, how you like that your RC 4-wheel drive? I've been seeing your videos with the Trail Finder 2, man. How you like it?
Which video was that?
You put a couple up with the Trail Finder 2 in it, doing a couple different, Trail Finder 2 videos.
For my videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love my Trail Finder. I actually went out with my son today with his Gen 8 and took a couple videos with him real quick just to compare. And I knew I was going to have trouble. We were playing in the sand and trying some stuff, and it was fun. One of my best truck that I like the most of all my crawlers or trail trucks, I would say, not really crawlers, but trail truck, is the TF2. It's just fun, the way it bounces, the way it handles. It's
true.
It's just different.
Hey, what about? Hey, do you know any tricks to get more steering out of it? Like
I got plenty of steering.
Okay, well,
put the trim at 125%.
Well, I put CVDs on it now because I busted my the knuckles that were on it before. Because
my Trail Finder 2 right here.
Cool, you got dual shocks going on.
Got the scale motor in that thing and the transmission. You see that? Don't miss that.
So you went out and got the scale motor on it also. Cool.
Yeah.
Now that is not the 2-speed transmission because you put
No,
the motor on
one
it. That's
speed.
single
Yeah.
speed. Yeah.
Yeah, single speed.
What are you eating, Steve-O?
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, with some red sauce, dipping sauce.
It's nearly lunchtime here. You're making me hungry, brother.
Cheese stick, baby. I love
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
Pizza Studio, I'll send you a link in Twitter where you usually send you a link if you want to jump in.
Didn't he interview Tony recently?
Yes, he did.
Geez, Tony's getting bigger and bigger, isn't he?
Yeah, Tony's getting big.
We're
I'm
the
just
small.
waiting to get bigger, and then I'll get invited to those things.
We're the small men still, mate.
Yeah, we're just small little guys.
Sounds weird. 20,000.
It's only because he's a pretty boy.
Tony, Tony's good in front of a camera. I've always told him that.
Okay, so what other upgrades did you do on that TF2? I'm presenting you right now. You got dual shocks in front. Why did you put dual shocks? Because of the weight of the motor?
No, actually, this was the unlimited. This was the limited edition, and it came with all of that tank with the dual shocks, the transmission, the motor, and everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It came.
I don't think I've ever saw that one go by. That's cool.
Yeah, I figured I was gonna put all that stuff on it if I would have bought it anyway. So I said I might as well buy it with all of it on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, the Trail Finder truck to me is like a lot of people are saying, well, you get stuck with it, or it's not as not competitive, but it's not a crawler. It is not a rock crawler.
Right.
But it goes over steep hills pretty good. Like I beat a lot of people.
I like the way it challenged you. The way like you can take a TRX4 and it'll crawl over anything, but I like the way that the Trail Finder 2 it challenged you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And if you don't got it set up right, then it's gonna be a bummer, man. But if you got the drag brake and everything set up right, it's gonna feel like a real truck.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
There's a really cool trailing place a couple of towns from where I'm at. They have bicycle trails.
Okay.
And I went out there one time with one of my trucks, and it was kind of fun, but I'm not trying to make it to the top of the hill. I'm trying to jump off of it.
You got a BMX
I
track.
could double that.
Got a BMX track or something.
Yeah, well, it's a mountain biking trail. There you go. I remember the name of it.
Hey Tony, I see you sitting there, brother.
Hey, yeah, but
how's it going?
Wow,
mate.
Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
I just snuck in.
Yeah, he snuck in. Yeah.
Tony's getting bigger. He actually put a comment there. Yeah, you notice I'm getting bigger. Says I got to go on a diet.
Yeah, he's put on a bit of weight, taking that beard off.
Hey Tank, so I was asking, like, getting more turning out of these trucks. Do you know any tips to getting more more degrees of turning out of these trucks?
Not really. It's you're because of the way the casters are made and the way they actually turn. There's not a lot of. The only thing you can do is put CVDs on it that will give you more turning radius. Because if you don't, if you have the ball and cup that's in there, and you put it to the max, then you're gonna
Find out.
it's gonna snap.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah. So you got to put the CVDs. Putting the CVDs on it will give you maybe 3 or 4 degrees more, but not a heck of a lot more.
Okay.
There's not much you can do. That's the way those axles are made. The only way to get more turning radius out of them is change those axles to a different one.
Okay.
How much are those CVDs?
CVDs Canadian were about $60, I think. Canadian.
Okay.
That's about
I
50.
didn't think they were going to be cheap.
And where you got them from? RC 4-wheel drive, or who makes them?
RC 4-wheel drive, yeah.
Okay.
Just look for CVDs for Yoda axles.
Okay.
Since you got the limited edition, you might have them though. I don't know. But look, if you turn the cup and you turn real slow, you'll notice if you have the ball and cup.
Okay.
There you go. Flip it over. Let's do it.
Could you see it?
No, you got to get in closer, and you got to actually turn the wheel as much as you can, and you turn, and then you just turn the wheel as you, and you might be able to see it. Yeah, you got to look in that hole there, in the hole, and it's pretty dark right now for us.
Yeah. Let me see.
That's a good point, Gabs.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that, man.
Another thing you can do to make it smoother is actually put a bearing. There's a bearing mod for those. People use flange bearing or normal bearing, and it just makes it easier to turn for your servo. I know that Steph from the LED Wheel, I don't know if you know his channel, but he actually put a video up last month, I believe, with how to do that mod. So that's a pretty good mod to do. I got it done on my the beast down here.
And where you put the bearing at?
Where you have two screws holding the caster that actually turns, the carrier that turns. There's one screw on top, one screw on the bottom. What you have to do is you have to remove those two screws on top and bottom, drill it a little bit bigger, and then put a bearing in the hole, and then you put your screw back in.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I did see that. Yeah.
That's a good mod to do for that truck.
You did that?
Yes, on my TF2 no, but on the Beast it's done.
Okay.
My TF2 is pretty well stock except for a couple things. One thing that from A&M Garage that I put on my TF2, and I can't wait to, I did that just after the winter, before winter, is put a different skid plate on the bottom. And man, it's night and day. You don't have that big pumpkin underneath. It's just amazing.
Okay.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, Andrew, how are you doing?
Peace and blessings.
Doing good, thanks. How are you guys tonight?
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Tony's showing his dog. You got one of those?
A dog?
No, Tony. Look at Tony. What you got?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good yourself.
Good. Yeah, I got one of them. They came out today.
Nice. That's a two-wheel drive.
Brutus, two-wheel drive.
Oh, cool.
550 motor. I didn't mention that. Shoot, in the video. 12 turn. Right. It's
Are you getting the fire truck one too?
nah. Not my style.
All you need to do is put a leash on a tiny, you'll be right, mate.
Yeah.
Spending that good money.
Brutus, man, I grew up kind of watching this stuff. They're from Michigan.
Yeah. Philco RC says it's a wheelie machine.
Yeah, man. Hopefully.
I was pretty amazed on the my son's Gen 8. It's got a 550 motor in there, and it's my TF2 was keeping up to him, but not. He was a little faster. But that 550 motor in there is pretty sweet. It's nice. It's geared right on the Gen 8, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully this one will be. I haven't seen. I mean, the video was so much slow motion, you couldn't really tell what it was capable of. It's beautiful. I loved whatever, whoever did it made an awesome video, but it's definitely hard to tell what it's capable of from the video.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Peace, how you going, mate?
Not too bad. And yourself?
Not too bad, thanks, champ.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, I try to get over more. I try to spread myself as thin as possible. There's so many niches to get to, but you guys scare me because I'm always scared you're going to suck me into this, and I'm going to start spending a lot of money.
There's lots of electronics. I see you've got a bunch there. You just need a few more.
Yeah,
lights and batteries and.
Andrew has been promoting a lot of people on the all over the internet, being FPV, being you, Tony, anybody on YouTube. He's been there promoting, and the FPV people actually got together and got him a DJI Sparks.
Oh, really?
wow.
Good on them.
Yeah.
Sitting right here, it's awesome. I can't believe they did it. I'll tell you the truth. I'm getting ready to fly the stream, but it was the thought to do something like that just blew me away. So
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know it sounds tacky, but it's when people appreciate what you're doing. I know that sounds cliche and it sounds like a Grammy acceptance speech, but it is true. So
You're 100% spot on. Yeah,
Yep.
appreciation. Yeah, I wish
I
someone
saw
would
the show
buy
you
me.
did with Tony. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
oh, thank you very much. Tony was awesome. He's easy to work with. So that
It was a blast.
and well, I mean, we're still showing you. Actually, with Tony, we're still referring to you at least twice, 3 times a week. We talk about your photography or somewhere you come up in conversation. So
Yeah. Man, there's some stuff coming from Hawaii hopefully next month.
oh, nice.
Nice.
Molokai. I think we're going to be doing aerials too from a helicopter, which would be really sweet.
Cool.
Really sweet.
That's it's first impossible to look bad with that kind of setup, and then you at the helm. I think it's going to be absolutely something amazing. So
Yeah, it looks like a dream location. I've never been to, like somebody that has a bucket list, for going to Hawaii, but the more we've looked at this place, I'm like, holy cow. Wow.
Yeah, while you're there, Tony, just maybe pass by and say hello to the old friend there, iRock RC. I wonder what happened to that bloke.
I
Yeah,
know.
he took a break for a while.
I love Hawaii, man. I've been there several times.
Oh yeah. iRock took a break for a little bit. Family thing and health. I think that's what he was.
Yeah, I remember
mentioning.
I remember there was something. I think he had a passing in his family or something. Someone said.
Yeah. So he did take a break. He's back, but not as strong as he used to be.
No,
So,
I've never seen a channel unbox so many unboxings in my life.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was one after the other. It just didn't stop. And we're not
took the
talking.
cake.
We're not talking $100 RCs either here. He
Yeah.
spent that guy, man.
How do you spell the IROC? Like International Race of Champions, or is there a different?
It's just one word, iRock,
I
and
think it's
space.
like Chevy IROC. That's how they spell the car.
That's
IROC.
that's kind of what I'm asking. The spelling on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was flying at one stage. He was just unboxing so much stuff. It's just, we're always looking for when he Inspire. We're looking for a flying video, but never saw one till about I don't know how long after that.
Oh yeah.
But he
It's
just
a pretty epic location too, on like the top over in the man.
the volcanic where he goes up the top there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like I say, he's got the location.
Yeah, Pusa Studio. I got my son an RC truck. If you're thinking of getting something good and affordable, this one is pretty. It's a nice little one. It's a nice starter. It's a Red Cat Gen 8. It's called. So this one is very nice. It's muddy right now, which is good. My son loves it. So we went for a little ride after school. So I picked it up. So Canadian, you're looking about $409.99 for it.
Now, at the store where you buy that, do they have RC controlled divorce lawyers? Because I'm going to need one of them too. So, so it might need the package deal. I guess.
No, they don't supply those. Those are extra.
Okay. But you're
For $5 more, they can print you a receipt that says any price you want.
yeah, exactly. Now you're talking my language. Wow, I told you I'm scared of this channel. Man, you guys got some awesome looking machines. Wow.
Well, I got about 40 of them here, and if you ask my wife, before I actually straighten up and actually put them properly on the shelf, they were all over the place. She thought maybe I had 20 of them.
You had yourself in trouble.
Yeah, they were piled on top of each other, and some hidden somewhere else and some here, but I put them pretty much there. But I'm overflow right now because now I just got the Gen 8, and I just don't have any rooms.
Just
I have my RC four-wheel drive Toyota over there, and there's no room back here. I need more room.
You just tell her you're working on other people's ones. Just say that. That's the way you cover yourself.
I've used that once or twice already.
That's wearing thin.
Well, I come in with an RC. She looks at me. I go, "Oh, I'm fixing this for a friend."
Oh,
No, I'm not.
long-term repair overall.
Oh, I hope she's not watching right now.
Yeah, this is all just a joke. This never
Mm.
happened. I love what I do because I get to meet all you guys from all the different niches. I am the luckiest person on YouTube. I kid you not. I get to see it all from model trains, the model railways, the drones, you name it, mechanics. I get to know them all. I'm the luckiest person in the world. I love it. That's my favorite part of all of this. And
Cool.
see the passion into it, the different levels, entry levels, right up to the pros, you know, enthusiast, everything in that. You know, it's amazing how much passion there is when people come onto YouTube and show off here. Showcase. I don't mean show off, but show
Right.
for the people. Because it is. You guys already have so much doing. Most of you all have jobs plus what you do, and decide to complicate your life 10 times more by learning all the basics and that to get on YouTube. Learn how to shoot. I mean, you get Tony's already well versed in photography, but a lot of people come on here, they don't know how to shoot video, don't know how to make thumbnails, don't know how to do tags, and that it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So hats off to everybody that does it.
And if you want to succeed in YouTube, you have to spend a lot of hours doing it. You can't just say I'm going to make a lot of money and have a spare job, have a full-time job on top of that, and take care of a family.
Have you guys ever tested your keywords to see if they'll pull up your videos or not?
Yeah, we use them a lot. We'll do it, and we even change our tags like for like when our live streams are going. You'll see Xenia go quiet sometimes for a few minutes. She's actually changing tags for new things that are trending, and she'll do them on the fly like that.
Because I put certain words in there, and when I try searching them through YouTube, they don't come up.
It's hard.
Maybe I'm not being indexed. Maybe that's what it is.
It is, and it's kind of about building up a good base, and then using the your variant keywords to kind of tip them off. You know, it takes time to find it. I think it takes about 3 months to really find your footing.
Yeah.
But then it ties into the thumbnails and everything else, where you're networking. You know, what time of day you're going on, depending if you do video or live streams, and that they all play factors into.
And TubeBuddy really helps.
Oh, yeah, big time. Big time.
Really?
TubeBuddy suggests keywords for you to use based on your
Really?
title, your description.
Yep.
Other keywords that it just knows for your channel. It just kind of gives you, you know.
That's an app on your phone or an add-on to your browser, right?
Yeah, you can use it on both.
Yeah.
And
I don't really use the phone one, but
What I find cool is with YouTube, after many years, I've been on there for many years now, a lot of years, is that when I tell somebody, look up the Tank RC, when they search on YouTube, the Tank RC, for my YouTube channel, I say to them, it's the first one right on top. And even though they're not subscribed to me, it is the first one right on top of all the search. When you type in the Tank RC, that's the first one that comes up. So I'm so proud of it. It's nice.
I don't know if it's changed either, but sometimes like I will have another computer where I'm not logged in or I don't typically do this stuff on, and I'll search on that because if you're logged in, it's already basing all of your search based on who your profile is. And so to pull up your friends and other people, even in Google, like if you search it, you'll get different things based on. So I'll use like Bing or something I don't ever use.
Understood.
Try to use that as my.
You can also use incognito window. You go on to
incognito works as well.
Yeah, and that's what I usually do, or I tell them to search it on their phone. So they're actually searching my YouTube on their phone, which they never looked for it before. And it's always the top one. And I've done it on other people's computer just as a search, and it always comes up on top. So that's kind of
never
cool.
used to be Tank. We couldn't find you at one stage, remember?
Oh, at one stage you couldn't find me. No, you did the Tank RC, and you found a whole bunch of people with tanks.
Tank.
One thing too is when we're up and coming is to use more phrases than just individual words. Pay off a lot more. You want to find the mid-range, kind of. You're not competing with the top end, because if you put in just RC, you're competing with a lot of channels from 3 million, 4 million, whatever the biggest ones are in your group, all the way down. But if you can find niches into it and stuff like that, phrases that people use a lot when they're looking for RCs that aren't the biggest, but also not the smallest, and you're just going to work. All you're doing whenever you work on your channel is you're kind of playing roulette. You're putting chips here and chips there. I'll put a bit more in here, see if this pays off or not. There's nothing guaranteed, but you're just trying to stack your odds against the house the best you can. And it takes a while to get it. It's not. It's like Xenia's way better at tags than I am because she's got patience that I don't have. I understand the process. She's a way better at researching them than I am.
Yeah.
I logged into Internet Explorer just now, and I'm not signed into anything. I went to YouTube and I searched Weslaco, which is the town I lived in, and techno. That should pretty much narrow it down, right? I didn't come up to like number probably 10, 12, 15, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Because not looking at so
And I
much.
know I use those keywords.
Yeah.
And I could put a couple other keywords to try it too, but that was simple enough, I thought.
I'll show you an example of one I just worked on recently here. Was I had a playlist with all of our milestones, and I was trying to think of a way to make it work better. And I mean, nobody searches milestones, nobody cares. But the way I worked it in was about channel growth, and it was all in the wording. Let me see here, full view. So what I did for the playlist was I looked up the main search for channel growth they're using right now is how to make your YouTube channel grow.
All your text is backward, eh, Andrew? All your videos backward.
I have to reverse it today when sorry. Let me thank you very much. Let me fix that for you.
Were you on Facebook?
No. There we go. I forgot I reset everything tonight with my presets. That's why I put it back. So yeah, I just took the phrase. This is what people search for instead of using words. I went with the phrase, how to make your YouTube channel grow. Put in a sentence. So if somebody types this exact sentence in, I have a lot better chance of matching up or being higher recommended versus if I just put channel or growth, or YouTube, all those individual words. I have a better chance of matching as a phrase. And then the next one that came after was YouTube channel growth strategy. So I worked that into a sentence as well. And it's actually getting our playlist being played a lot more now. Because anytime somebody types in one of those two phrases, we have a better chance of ranking. And it works the same whether it's thumbnails, your about section, whichever one.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many subjects in there, Andrew? 7,558.
Getting there. We had 42 last year, so and I'm trying. We're working at it. So
that's great growth.
Yeah, you're growing very fast. Yeah, that's for sure.
In 1 year, pretty cool.
Well, like I say, a lot of big breaks. Tony, like great channels like Tony, we've had this year has helped us a lot. Like bigger channels we've interviewed that really have like a lot of substance, so that's made a big difference. Really big difference.
Tony's helped you, has he?
Yes.
Tony would help me.
Yeah,
Tony, I need your help. I need your help, Tony. Please, mate, please. Tony's the top bloke. Don't worry about that.
Bill Byton is asking, are tags more effective in the titles or in the description?
Everywhere.
All over.
Yeah. I've been
multiple places.
I've been in the titles. People click on them and they'll take you to whatever videos you got.
See, a lot of people will say, oh, well, Casey Neistat doesn't do it or something. Well, Casey Neistat's the Costco of YouTube. He can put anything out with just his picture and it's gone and it's off to the races. We're not that. So all these things really mean a lot. And then like whatever our title is in our video is always the first line in our description, which is also in the tags. And competition, getting it out as much as possible. They all matter. They all matter a lot.
I think you can only put 3 tags in your description, though.
Oh, the hashtags. Oh, for those. Yeah.
You can only put 3.
Yeah. You put more, but only 3 will be highlighted. But
3 will be highlighted, yes.
I don't really like them too much. To me, it's just, like we have our own that we use, the hashtag Blue Wrench Group. But you'll see some places like, oh, we're going to grow as a group, and here you put in this hashtag, we're all going to share. Well, really, it's like opening a restaurant. You open a McDonald's, and when people sit down, it's the menu for Wendy's and Burger King. You know, you're kind of sending everybody off to the next one because chances are when they get to that hashtag, they're not going to be with you. So, but some work, some don't. If it's a really good community that works very well, yes, it can pay off. But some of them, you're just sending them off to the next one and not really looking at you very much.
Cool.
Sorry, guys. We're here to talk RC. I don't mean to.
Well, we're talking about RCs and we're talking about YouTube also. That's what we're into, YouTube, and we like to grow our channel and getting better and better and more proficient at what we do. And if you put in any help, that's helpful to everybody.
Anything I can help with, and like I said, we don't have all. We figured it all together. It's always the Blue Wrench Group, same thing. Everybody's got wrenches. Everybody talks it out. I like our Tech Talk Tuesday because it's 3 hours of just people putting questions to us and everybody in the chat's helping them out if we don't have an answer. That's my favorite night of the week by far.
Cool. Well, one thing I've been thinking of doing or trying is actually starting not another YouTube channel, but it's starting a group. Just like you have the drone network. There's one from the Canadian drone network. There's one in the States.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing one for the RC network. In other words, it's everybody that's into RC. We all get together and just chit chat. This is almost what it is.
Yeah.
But I want to make it more involved in the sense that if I create a YouTube channel, I can give access to Tony, and Tony can host a party one night or during the day. Or let's say somebody's in Australia and they want to do one in the afternoon there.
Right.
I can't participate, but they get the key to actually come in and actually host an event on the RC network or radio control network, and then they can just have fun with that. And then it's a place where we all can meet. It'd be cool.
You know,
Steve, leave us?
it's good to have a place you can all meet up like
Steve
that.
has gone. He had to take off.
Oh, sorry.
Has Steve left?
Yeah. Tank was talking too much, so he failed.
Probably.
No, he said
one or the other.
Bye to everyone in the chat.
Scottzilla RC, I was just looking. I thought I had you already, but I don't think so.
Oh, you haven't missed much.
Go on, Scott. At least he's honest.
It's toy cars in my backyard. I mean, how exciting can that be?
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I got to say something. Since I came in and seen you in the panel, I would love to have you on for an interview because I'm going to tell everybody I have the Foo Fighters on. I think there's like the ultimate clickbait. I swear to God, I almost did a double take when I came in here.
I just cut my hair. It was longer.
Oh my God, I walked in. I'm like, wow, the Tank RC is really moving up in the world.
He had long hair. He only cut an inch off.
It's quite uncanny, to be honest. It's amazing. Now that's how you could grow your channel. Little innuendos, don't tell them the difference. Yeah.
Justin, you do cinema style RCs, brother. You sure do. You got the passion, my friend. Actually, Justin, when you got time, go on my channel, and I've got a playlist with cinema style, which I did a few years ago. But I think some of my videos, I've got the letterbox thing happening. I did for a while. Yes, you do. I'm not saying you don't.
Hey, Jack, who was the one that used your song about a week ago in their video?
That's BSRC. He done a great job.
I went and looked for it. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. He hit me up to put he actually messaged me, and I thought he wants a guitar track on one of his videos, and so I sent him a hard rock or whatever whatever it was. I can't remember. Did a couple of years ago, and turned out really good.
Yeah,
I told him with the dive bomb harmonics to do the UDR in slow motion when I hit the really high harmonics and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did it. He just did a great. Yeah, I just wanted to.
Element RC just released 2 other photos. So that's the 6th one today. So there's their dry shaft, how it is. So it's a dry shaft I haven't seen before. It looks like metal in the center, but I don't know if they're all metal. That's one thing. This is probably plastic, the black one. We released that, and also their transmission. So now that I see the transmission, I'm pretty sure it is a 1/10. Got a giant spur gear cover. That's kind of cool.
On Game Dog, is the Game Dog got a TF2? Is it? You were showing us before.
Yeah.
Have you got a motor in that Game Dog?
Yep.
Does that stick out of the bonnet?
The motor sits inside.
So it doesn't.
of the scale motor right here.
Okay, so it doesn't stick out of the body.
No, see the wires coming out of here?
Oh, I'll have to. Thanks for presenting a picture.
No,
yeah.
not anymore. Not anymore. You should be able to see it.
Isn't there a way that you could have put it so it came out of the bonnet?
See the wire coming out of the motor here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how it goes to the speed control right there.
So there's no way that I don't think there is. Is there a way that you could lift that part, the motor part, up and make it stick out of the bonnet?
Stick out of the, say it again?
Of the hood.
Yeah,
Stick
the
out of
bonnet.
hood. The bonnet is a hood.
Yeah, bonnet, the hood.
Oh, make the motor stick out of the hood?
Yeah.
Well, the hood opens, it sit perfectly in the hood.
Yeah, it's pretty much scale jack. In other sense, it does fit in the into the motor compartment like a truck usually does. But I know what you're saying. But you're saying that air filter.
Yes.
It'd be nice if that air filter, or some of those trucks. Sometimes they have the air intake that actually
like
lifts.
A blower,
the
yeah, like a blower.
Yeah.
On there. Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be great.
But they have not done that. They have not done that for that truck or that motor. That is a fully machined aluminum motor. Just that motor alone is worth over $100.
Damn.
Just that. That's worth $100. Jeez.
Yeah, just a motor alone, that's like $175, I think it is. Used to be
that enclosure that looks like a motor.
Yeah, it's all orange and all that. So it's all metal. It's all aluminum.
That's a piece.
Look, you can actually put headers. There's holes for headers.
Yeah, that's awesome, isn't it?
It's a detailed, like crazy details on that.
Yeah.
So there's headers that go on there too?
Well, you can't put headers because the frame rail is too close. So no, I don't think there's headers.
Holes for the headers.
Yep. So right now, if it was a real motor, it'd be noisy as hell.
Yeah. That looks fantastic. Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you, man.
That's a weird transfer case that went underneath because of that transmission. That thing sticks down low, crazy. Actually, it's the same transfer case I got. So the mod I have should work on that. Go back on top real quick. I want to see something. Yeah, that one. The transfer case is tied right to the transmission.
Oh.
So the mod I have won't work on your truck to bring that pumpkin up higher, which is kind of sad.
Looked like you had a loose bolt on the bottom too.
Oh, you know
I'm
that's
serious. There was a gap between the bolt head and the
that's the
shield.
bolt to bolt the body down. I just got it sitting in there so I don't lose it.
When did you get that truck? When did you get it?
Right there. See it? It's right there. There's a gap.
I probably had it for almost probably about good 6 months.
6 months, cool.
Yeah, about good 6 months.
Oh, you're going to enjoy that on the trail, that's for sure. It's a fun truck. As long as you don't keep it as a shelf queen, you'll have fun with it.
Yeah, now I'm just
It's got
trying to
a
get
rubber
a
washer on it, doesn't it?
little more flex out of it. Like I say, see if I can get a little more turning out of it. That's what I'm trying to do now.
Yeah, but flex is overrated because to me, I've seen so many trucks put so much flex on them and they get in trouble. Because as soon as you go on a side hill,
flipping over, huh?
Yeah, as soon as you go on a side hill, it's a thing called momentum. As soon as your body starts tipping because you have the flex, as soon as you have that, well, that momentum is hard to get back. Right. So as soon as it starts going, it starts bringing the chassis and the wheels with it. So you do have to be careful. That's why I like a leaf spring on side hill. It will blow the other guy's competition all the way. It's just crazy.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks very much, mate. Here's one I uploaded. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Here's one I uploaded last night, which I dedicated to my good old mate Jason a few years ago. This is an action one with my guitar in it. If you want to go have a listen, click on that link. There you go.
There's a good guy for you to interview, Andrew. You should interview Jack. RC video production. He
Oh.
has a channel called Phantom Guest, and he used to. He closed it down, but he actually plays guitar. So he does guitar tracks and all that. So he's been doing that for years.
Where are you
The
based?
reason he shut it down would be very interesting on your channel.
Well, there's only two musicians here, me and Scott. Well, Scott's part time.
I got my there's my
Tony used to sing in a band, didn't he?
I got
Tony, yeah, Tony. I've seen Tony play as well. On the stage.
I don't play much anymore, but they're still there. So. I got
Tony used to rock it out.
Yeah, I got a Parker and Johnson JM 150.
You got a Parker? Cool.
Yeah, there's a company, Canada Jam Industries, the Canadian distributor, and they do it worldwide now. I used to work for them. I did all the marketing and advertising for 8 years for Pearl, Marshall Amplifiers, Digitech, Korg. We were the Canadian company once across the 49th parallel. So,
Wow.
I did all. Yeah. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That's why he's into all this gear that he has in his studio.
Yeah, right. All the boards and all the microphone stuff. You know what you're doing.
I haven't bought a thing since I left there. Now that I have to pay full price, I stopped.
When I first saw him a while ago, when Tank brought him on and that, and I watched a few of his streams, and I thought this guy's a DJ.
Oh no, God, no! I'm thrash metal, air down to my ass. Used to be a drummer years ago. Yeah.
No, you set up. All you set up. You got the whole.
I hate drummers.
Me too.
I never have anything to say till the shit blows up. Oh, I told you so. You never said shit.
Yeah, that's about it. And
All drummers are the same way.
Bill Borton's got a Grinch. Jeez.
I used to play more guitar, and then I lived in a rural area, and everybody wanted to have a band. So I went one night and got a guy drunk and bought his drum set off him before he sobered back.
There with you. You're thinking too much of burnout. I'm not really understanding what you're saying, Sean, but I think it's good.
That's my son with Jim Marshall from that created Marshall Amplifiers back when there. Yeah. I don't have a ton of photos from back then, but that's one of them. He got a little Marshall stack signed by Jim.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, we used to say things were worth more if they weren't signed by Jim Marshall. He signed everything. So it was a rarity if you got an amp that didn't have his signature on it. You were probably worth something.
That's right.
There's a guitar company that's selling Marshall kits. So you buy the kit and you solder everything together yourself.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's the old which one is it? The JMP.
And
No, it's not. It's the one with the four plugs on it. Not a plexi. What is it? I can't think of it right now, but it's a Marshall. It's one of the older Marshalls.
With the ones that cover like the old Randy Rhoads style?
Yeah, that one.
Is it JMP or GCM?
Yeah, JCM. That was the transistor ones.
Yeah, the JCM.
No, it's a tube amp.
800 was Valve. The 800, that's a beast, that thing.
Sorry, yes. What was the one they did with the transistors trying to compete with Crate and PV and all that?
Yeah, they had the little rack mounts too.
Yes.
I got a 72 JMP sitting right next to me over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'd just like to talk to everybody right now and say welcome to the music channel, the new music channel. Tonight we're going to talk about guitars and audio amps and.
I only have one more question. Just one more question.
Relax.
Jack.
Yep.
What processor are you using?
Software, you mean?
Oh, you're using the software?
To record, you mean?
No, to your tone, your guitar sound.
I use VST plugins.
Oh, okay.
And also pedals.
Okay. We can move on to RC now. I just wanted to ask him that question.
I'll be good. Yeah, I have nothing to bring to the table, RC, so I'm just the token. I'll be good.
That's all good.
There's plenty of VST plugins you can put in there, mate, to get all different effects.
Oh yeah. I want the Bogner one, and I want the Solano one.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about RCs now.
Yes, we have a lot of burnout competitions in Australia. The guys are asking in the chat. Yeah, it's a burnout down here, mate.
So Tony, have you run those little sprint cars yet?
A little bit tonight, but
Cool.
not in a big enough open space yet. We got to get them outside and run them.
Yeah.
But wait for my boys to both come out and run them with me. So
I would have been hard to not at least run them in the driveway for me. I know I would have killed me.
yeah, I had too much work to do today. So I after staying up late and doing the video, I unboxed them, and then I had to drive down to Hobbytown to pick up the ECX. So I took them with me there, and we ran them around on the carpet a little bit. But
oh, cool.
I don't know how you do everything, Tony. I still, to this day, cannot figure out how you pull off everything in the hours of the day available.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You got a lot on your plate. You just seem to add more.
Yeah, and I've fallen behind on a lot of things that I want to get done. I haven't finished that steel chassis I was building for the little toy that I picked up.
I appreciate the time you've been putting into these last videos so you can tell the difference.
The interview one?
Yeah. A lot of them that you've done lately, I can tell you've put a lot more time into than the backyard bashes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to get back to those. Those are easier.
You pigeonholed yourself.
Time.
Hey, have you guys seen that new Osmo camera that just came out or is getting ready to come out?
I'm sold on it. I'm
I'm struggling not to hit buy.
This is still RC related because it's for filming RCs.
Yes. We did a whole show on it last night, and we never do tech products, and that was just a game changer.
Yeah.
And we found everybody, like we brought on a tech guy, he talked for a while, and then we went into how it affects people. I think it's high time, and I don't want to kill GoPro. I want them to push it and finally start bringing stuff on like f-stop, small lenses that can be added onto it. Finally,
that would be awesome.
It's time. I think GoPro's gotten lazy. It really, really has gotten lazy the last bit.
Well, you see, you can screw on filters onto that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only thing it takes away the water resistance, but I mean, if you're using filters, you're not going to be dipping it in water anyways, I guess. So that's the only catch with that.
Oh no, John from Net Cruiser RC just says, "Hey guys, I caved in and ordered one on Osmo Action."
I was on the site yesterday and I was having a hard time.
Yeah,
but they got to bring
simple things are so much better. Like you put it on a car hood, and you either got to go around and try and peek around at where you're sat. You know, what's in the frame instead of just kind of like ducking and looking.
Yeah, are you centered?
Or you putting it up in a corner in a wall, and you're trying to look at how it sees the room.
Yeah,
you got to get your phone out and try and connect, and it's like wants your password, but you don't remember it. All the annoying things because you don't use the GoPro enough to remember the password. It's like, why is it asking for it now?
But don't they got to have something to compete against the GoPro though? They've got to bring something out to
Yeah, because there was the GoPro and everything else was mid to low.
Yeah, well, there's nothing else that's really competing against the GoPro, really.
The Camera Conspiracies guy likes his little Sony. That's who you need to get on, man. That guy's hilarious.
Well, actually, if I can ask Tony a question, and everybody else feel free. This was the big question we had last night, and I'll shorten it down. Here's what it was. And the funny, we're talking about music a while. I'll bring it back for a second. In the 80s, when I played guitar, everybody, unless you spent $5,000 a guitar, you weren't going nowhere. Now today, and we're photographers, videographers, and we know for low light, you need a good camera for it. That's said. But if we could bring low light into these smaller cameras, is that a game changer for all the vloggers and YouTubers today that won't have to go around carrying the newest, greatest, largest Canon or largest mirrorless going? We'll be able to do it compact if they can bring that feature to them.
It depends. They like the depth of field so much. If they can find out a way to fake that with a small sensor on those, kind of like the iPhone does for pictures, I think that's when the game changer is.
Yeah.
When they can
that's what it comes down to, though.
Shallow depth of field.
It's a small sensor. Forget about light. You're not going to get it.
Like the big guys like Casey and I said, them, they're going to carry around the big camera regardless.
Yeah.
Because they want that depth of field. The flippy screen and putting it on the front. Because Sony just came out with the one, which I thought was a game changer, where it flipped up and you could see yourself. Yeah. But this is even better. So
But like if they brought that into it, if you think about it, you could go around with the DJI Pocket.
Yeah.
You know, B-roll while you're changing batteries and flip that thing out and shoot B-roll. You can now with the Action, you can be shooting stuff. You get a decent size, even a good Sony $1,500 point and shoot. And if you have like the new Spark, they say is going to have 4K shooting. They're not the best of everything, but for most bloggers, could actually make really amazing video, and everything could fit in the size of what the original Phantom case was like. You know,
right. For YouTube, you're fine. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
The question I have is this going to kill their DJI Osmo? If the stabilization is good enough in their action cam for $350, with the ability to see backwards, and if they have a mic input where they, people can rig them out like they do with the GoPro.
Yeah, but the Osmo has the built-in
but the problem
gimbal.
with the GoPro is you got to buy their stupid adapter.
But they say that this is gimbal-like stabilization, Tank. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's so cool about my GoPro 7. You can move with that thing, and it just feels like you're on a gimbal.
But did you see the comparison with Peter McKinnon, what he did running with the newest, with the GoPro and the Action together? Man, it's unbelievable, the stabilization, the buildings and everything behind him, and the straight lines. He ran around a block.
Were they both activated? Were both GoPro and that one activated?
Yes. Yeah, there was a side-by-side comparison, both activated onto it.
You're talking about Peter McKinnon?
Yeah.
And so the DJI one is even better.
Yeah. From what I've seen, it was a hands-down clear winner onto it.
Right. The main thing they talked about is the lag. And so there's a little bit of lag on the screen.
Yeah.
And that is tough. If you're watching on a screen and it's behind what you're shooting, that's tough to keep framing.
Yeah, I agree.
Most of the time you're locked down with those things, or they're so wide that you're getting everything anyway.
Right.
Yeah, but that one didn't seem like it had a wide screen. It's probably like the GoPro. You can probably change your angle on it, which is nice.
He was shooting at 2.7K, 30 frames per second. And they say that's the optimization crop point. Because, of course, with any image, stabilization is going to crop in a little.
Yeah.
As he was shooting at.
Yeah.
And
the 4K, you can do 4K on the GoPro at hyper stabilization.
Yeah.
But it has to be 30.
Same with that one, too. Like, he could do it, I guess, just because he edits the 1080, then upscales. That's why he was shooting at 2.7. Supposedly, that was. He mentioned something why he was told that was the optimum one, but it does do it at 4K as well.
But still, my question is not even GoPro killer. Are they killing their own Osmo if it's that smooth? What's the whole gimbal that's you can break if you don't pack it away right?
What they were saying about, now I don't know, this is just by going to other reviewers, that the Osmo will be better for, say, like for myself when we're doing weddings, where you want those slower, smoother motions, like gimbal, but it can't take the abuse that the Action can take. So I still see a place for it, the Pocket, but it has limited a lot. And I think if people are deciding between the two, for most applications, I see the Action really taking over.
Because it's so smooth. If you put that on a selfie stick and you do that low move with it, you're gonna get, and you have a screen, you can see what you're doing.
Yep. I'm shooting with the original Osmo right now. That's what I use even for weddings, and then I'm shooting with that.
Yeah, it's a great camera.
Except for the delay. It's not an impulse camera. That's the thing that sucks, because it's got to connect Wi-Fi to the phone because it's a camera off the Inspire. That's the bad part of it all. If you need instantaneous. So, but yeah.
So GoPro are going to go out now. They're going to see this new camera that DJI bought, and they're going to go and do something.
That they'll sue them for copying the design shape.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to probably bring out something similar, won't they? Once they see this, and it's going to take off, and everyone's going to buy it.
More competition.
Right? There's competition because GoPro doesn't have competition, as we know. They're going to go out and, probably better it or match it, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, GoPro has the name recognition, but DJI isn't that far behind with name recognition these days.
$349 for the DJI.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
$349
$50 cheaper than the GoPro.
It was supposed to be $299, but then they had to bring in because of the new tariffs in the U.S., so that's why they had to bring it up to $349. It was originally at $299.
Damn.
So the main thing is the screen, right? That's the difference. Yeah, that's the main thing.
One of the main.
It does HDR video too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the GoPro doesn't do. I mean, it's pretty close to HDR video. The GoPro is working some magic to keep that blue sky and still
Yeah,
explore the shadows. It's already doing some magic, but
yeah.
yeah, the HDR video. But DJI's been doing that in their drones too.
Yeah.
So that's technology they've already developed.
That's why I was surprised they didn't try to bring the f-stop in this one, because they already have it on the Mavic 2 and that Pro. But I figured that's what they're saving for the next round. This one was just to go head-to-head price point and start the war between them. And then I figured the next one is going to be the one that really wows us, hopefully. And hopefully GoPro comes out as well. This is the time to get them into a pissing match and get some really great products out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tony, when you export, you do a 24 frames per second, right?
Not for RC stuff.
You don't?
No.
You do 60?
I do 30.
Okay.
I shoot at 60, edit at 30, so I can do 50% slow motion.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm on
so
the 240 frames per second.
So, Andrew, I just put a,
tell people that though. That's what I tell people, and Tony's spot on because I do the same. I've been doing the same thing. If you're filming 60, knock it down by half. Go to 30, and your slow motions will come out smoother.
But you still get smooth. Like, so 24,
Yeah.
at some point, you get motion blur is just almost too much for the fast moving cars.
I usually slow mine down to about 33%.
Yeah, and well, you're also shooting at 48th of a second shutter speed if you're shooting it right. And so you can't really still frame anything out of that.
Right.
Like thumbnails and things. So if I'm shooting at 30, I'm at least 60th of a second. And so I can find in there parts where I can get a clean frame that I can screenshot.
Well, that's like when I was making your thumbnail for when we did the interview with you. Your shots were crystal clear, like, you know, in the cars. There's so many great ones to grab, which is usually the opposite for most people. There were like every one of them almost was a keeper. So I was very glad you did that. It made my life a lot easier. So.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll do 24 if I'm really trying to slow motion it. But, and then it gets down to 40.
Yep.
Or if you shoot 120, you can get it down to 20%, which that's super slow.
Hey, I'm just trying to work out what Justin said, Tank. Since when you were wizard in editing?
when I put an effort into it, I can come out with good editing. The problem is sometimes I have no time and I just throw pieces together. But when I take my time and do a good editing, just like that slow-mo video I did with you a while back, that was a good video. You did. Yeah, that was fun and well made.
Slow motion.
Yeah, it was slow motion, but it still, I do some nice speed. I've got some nice trailing videos on there.
I'm joking, Hank. I'm joking. I don't want to get you offended. I don't want to offend. I'm joking.
You know, Jack, when you come on my channel and really say bad things to me like that, you just can't take it. I just can't, you know. I just can't. You know, it just gets to me, Jack. It just. Did I win an award for this?
Yeah, I'll give you an award, mate.
So I put a link again on the chat. That's for my because I just wanted to show Andrew real quick. I got my son a new RC truck,
right?
And I put this on his YouTube channel, which is Sébastien. It's actually his name, Sébastien Simard, I think. Yeah, Sébastien Simard. I got some hockey stuff and things like that, but he wants to do more stuff in gaming and whatnot. So I put an unboxing in there.
Oh, cool. I got it saved up here. I want to watch that.
I put the link up. If you scroll up a little bit more, go watch it, leave a comment. Last time I did this, and I actually, he was so excited. He did a video and got a lot of hits on it. He goes, "Wow, Dad, look at all the comments I have." He had like 10 or 15 comments on this video. And I go to him, "Yeah, I sent them down there." He goes, "What?" He goes, "You mean I didn't get all those just because I'm good?" Like he was sad because I actually sent people there. I go, send people to give comments to you to tell you you're doing a good job.
Exactly.
He was sad and go, "Okay." And just
welcome to kids. Welcome to kids. Yeah. I'm sure he's gonna have a great time, and he's already there. I think I was 38, so he's building up people. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's slowly getting up there. I just got to find what he's going to be good at, and also with him, okay, what are we going to do? What do you want to show, and so on. So I just want to nail it.
My daughter wants to have one, but I know she's 8, but kind of, I mean, we're not a very edgy channel, but we've gotten some pretty big hate by times, and I'm nervous about putting her out there onto it, to be honest. I even pulled back from bringing them on camera. I never brought them on a lot, but I've been taking them for a bit. So we had a lot of squattings going on for a while and stuff, and I just kind of not, just because of what we do, we get so many in. You're going to get more of the freaks. Let's call it for what it is. You're going to get all kinds. So I just kind of hesitating for a bit. Maybe later on we'll feel a bit more.
Just like I've been asking him some questions, he watches a lot of YouTube video, and I've been asking him, why do you watch those YouTube channels? What is it that attracts you to them?
Right, exactly. That's very good questions for him. Get him thinking more about it and stuff like that. So
yeah, and one thing I noticed is a lot of his videos, it's people talking and whatever, or playing games or whatever, but people just end up screaming, and then you see the guy's eyes, like they zoom in real quick, go and oh, and then the guy is just like screaming and just acting crazy, and he's just laughing away and ha ha ha. And then my wife goes, Sebastien, turn down the audio, because the audio is very low, and also it goes high and then goes low. So I told him what we have to do is an RC channel like that. So we're going to go outside, and you're going to go, and you almost, when you flip, you have to yell.
That's right.
Oh, I got to stop it. And like you have to overreact, in other words. And I bet you anything your YouTube channel is going to be awesome.
Definitely. I mean, kids are hypersensitive. I mean, that's why games appeal to them and stuff like that. Same way that things, shifts in volume, pitch, flashing screen, all that stuff. The more it moves, the more they like it. So
yeah.
Most definitely. Oh, that's cool though. That's great. I'm definitely, like I say, going to check it out after I subscribe to him. So
cool. It's the same thing I was been telling a lot of guys when we talked about editing and a bunch of stuff. And when we do RCs, the span of attention is very low. So when you edit your RC, maybe 2 seconds of a video screen, and you have to change angles. If you don't change the angle, and you have a truck that's actually going through the screen, and it takes it 5 seconds to go through, you've already lost somebody. You've already lost attention. Half the time you lose my attention. I go on the YouTube on the screen, and I go, okay, where is it going to be some action? So I kind of scroll and try to find out. But if you keep cutting your screen, you're going to keep the attention there. Oh, what's coming up next? What's coming up next? Oh, I better not fast forward because I'm going to miss something.
Well, yeah, exactly. You nailed it.
Our trucks, they're not boring, but watching a video sometimes can be. Even though the music can be good, especially when you use Jack's music, the guitar track, it's awesome. Your video is going to be like a lot of thumbs up. That one's for you, Jack. But keep moving, just like BSRC. He just did a video, and he used a music track on it, and it was entertaining. It was good, but he actually put some writing on it. So I didn't want to fast forward because I wanted to see what he was actually writing on the video. But sometimes it was passing so fast, I didn't have time. And maybe he didn't watch his video real quick to actually see what was written, because it just like, it was a fraction of a second. I didn't have time to read it. But it was a good idea.
The song was "This Time" by Van Halen.
Yeah, Van Halen.
The words that would pop on the screen, it would be like, "This time, CCXR is unboxing a new car." He'd put all kinds of stuff like that up there real quick.
Yeah.
You know, so you're like trying to read them all, like, what's going on?
At this time, there's a Traxxas burning somewhere. There's a Traxxas burning.
And I think didn't he put Basher Boy somewhere in there with his Spectrum?
Yeah, he did.
I was waiting for the Tank RC somewhere, but I didn't see it. So I go, okay, I guess I'm not that popular yet. So
well, step it up. Yeah, but he put me in the video in his description.
Cool.
I love editing way more than shooting video. Editing's where I feel. I think it's part of from being a drummer, music, and that, because you are scoring, and I love accuracy onto it. I love that's where my passion is. I've been doing it since the 90s, which I missed. That's the only thing that sucks with all the live streams now. I don't get to do much editing for our channel anymore,
That's
and I miss it.
Well, one thing with editing, I find that when you're the editor, you're actually the producer at the same time. On a lot of YouTubers. But if you don't have when I'm looking at the footage, sometimes I have an idea and I videotape it, and then I go to edit it, and the footage just doesn't work for me. I can't make it work. and then I lose the passion for that video. Like I don't want to put it together because it's not what I wanted, and then I don't edit it. There was 1 year I barely put any videos out because I did not have the passion of editing. I just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, editing's my what is it? RC is my hobby. Editing's my second hobby.
Right.
And Tony, I mean, I know Tony a long time and he's a photographer and everything, but I always told Tony, I know he does his unboxings and reviews and all that sort of stuff, but when he brings out his editing videos, they're just fantastic. And,
well, that last video that I did, I put my own music on there.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
The weird thing about it was that I recorded everything in little sections. And then
Well,
I started putting them together, saying, okay, this is going to be a verse, this is going to be a chorus, this is going to be a bridge, whatever, right?
Yes.
And I realized that because the RC video, it does kind of drag, especially when you got slow motion stuff in there, that all of my verses were like half the length then of a real verse, and same with choruses. So I was able to make things change a lot faster with the music and the video.
Yes, well, what I do with mine, because remember, mine's always solos most of the time. And what I do is when I go out filming, and I do stop-start filming, of course. So I do one scene, another scene, blah, blah, blah. When I put everything into my Sony Vegas, then what I do when I'm out, this is the way I do it. Sorry, Tank, I'll just explain how I do my, the way I find how I put music together with my RC videos. Okay, for example, if it's a bashing video, well, in my head, I've got a track. It's going to be quick. So the beats per minute is going to go up higher, over 100 beats a minute, 120 beats a minute. If I go back to my scaling, trails, all that sort of stuff, then we go back down to the ambient sort of stuff that I do. So I've got a variety of what I can choose. So, for example, I helped out BC RC, Justin, for a track for he told me what he was going to do. I gave him a couple of tips on different parts of my solo where I had dive bomb harmonics. And I said, look, that'll be good for a slow-mo shot, blah, blah, blah. So that's how I do. So once I do my stop-start recording and I've got all my clips together, then I've got something in my head. Then I go to my music tracks. Then I start going through different solo tracks that I'm doing. And then what I do is, because I've got each clip in my software ready to go, I whack the track in there and then move the video tracks around to certain spots to sync them up. So if there is a long harmonic or something like that, or when I use the Floyd Ray's dive bomb, I might put a slow-mo in there or a faster shot or whatever. So that's how I sync. And there are other little bits and pieces that I sync as well. Some people pick them up. There's some people say, oh, yeah, you put that at that certain spot, and if you've got a good ear, you'll see it. You can watch what I do. But I'll always go back and say that I know people know here, Tank knows, Tony, Scott, whoever, knows that I put a lot of hours into my editing because it's just takes up so much time. But I'll always go back and say, I don't get many views on my channel, okay? Despite all this, I average about 150 a video. But then again, I always say that I think people like to watch people with bashing videos, holding a camera and moving the camera around, seem to get more views than that. But there's a lot of time taken when you edit. It takes me, well, now these days it's taking me longer, but that's the way I do it. I sync my music up to my to parts of my video. Thanks very much. I don't want to take up too much time. John might get upset with me.
And we have John with
How are you, John?
Hey, guys.
Hey, John.
So, yeah, it's quite simple when it comes to the editing bit, if you can do it. People are asking me about different softwares lately. What software are you using and where can I get software and all that sort of stuff? People can just Google it. There's free software out there.
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve's really impressive. I mean, I use I use Premiere because it's business and we're paying. If I was starting all over and for the cost of it, I think I would be all over DaVinci Resolve. Quite powerful, and you can get a free version that's quite impressive.
Which software is that? Venture?
DaVinci.
Oh,
That's what I'm
DaVinci?
using.
Yeah, from Blackmagic. Very
I
nice.
did
I'm
see
not
there's a
even
people
doing.
using Filmora or something I saw.
Filmora as well, yeah.
I was using Filmora. The reason I wanted to leave Filmora was because I know my videos were horrible and the color on them was awful, and I knew I needed to correct the color.
Ooh.
And I was looking into software, and I saw DaVinci was all about color grading.
Yeah.
And I started doing some more research. Like, wow, it's gonna be a little bit of work compared to Filmora, but it's gonna be worth it in the end.
Good on you for learning how to use it. Because I recently downloaded the trial version of Final Cut Pro, and I was like completely overwhelmed. I was like, I couldn't even really start with cutting it up without taking a course first. So I went back to iMovie.
That happens with a lot of people, and that's a good part Bruce brought up.
He makes a good point because I downloaded I did the same thing as John. When I opened that up, my eyes just went crazy. I didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
It just set me
There is a
nuts.
certain beauty about simplicity, though.
Well, Tony, you use Premiere, right?
I use Final Cut, which is actually closer to iMovie than any of the other ones.
I thought you were a Premiere guy. Sorry.
Premiere is 2 times longer to get a project done than Final Cut.
It is. Like I say, it's just because we use it for business as well. I've been using it for so long. I just don't want the learning curve with it type of thing.
No, it definitely. I mean, it's the most robust, I would say.
But it costs.
Especially for people that are working in a collaborative space, but also if they're using a lot of After Effects and Photoshop, because you can make changes in software and it saves all the changes right to the timeline.
With Adobe.
If you're not doing that, if you're doing news, if you're doing YouTube stuff like this, man, I like my workflow is like right now I have a video I just shot that I logged in here and was editing while it was still importing, getting the shots that I wanted. And I have to wait for it to import, then drag it, create a project, all this. Literally, I just say, title my project, import the footage, and while it's importing, you can actually work with it. And it imports in the background. And so I couldn't get projects done in one day like I used to do with Final Cut when I was using Premiere, even though I'm very fast in Premiere because I've worked in it for years.
Right.
The process, the workflow is just slower. There's just no getting around the workflow being a slower workflow, but you can do a whole lot more in it. But for very basic, just cut like RC videos and most even like the videos I do for work, it's just faster in Final Cut.
Well, that's the thing. You don't need a Ferrari to go get milk at the store, and it's not just the job. It's complication. It really is.
If I'm editing a feature or something really long, and I'm going to be doing it in sections, and somebody's going to be working on one part, I'll work on a different section. I definitely do Premiere.
I just also enjoy the integration, like you said a while ago. If I go,
DaVinci can do that as well, by the way.
What's that?
DaVinci can do that as well. For people can be working on different parts of it at one time.
I like DaVinci. It's just because when we get to those programs versus Premiere, then it's just a learning curve to be able to do a lot of the same things. So that at this point, I'm too invested into it. If I was just starting out, I would definitely be looking at, if I want something robust, I would go to DaVinci Resolve.
Have you seen DaVinci 16?
I've seen videos onto it and stuff like that. It's a great it's an amazing program. We have it in the description of every one of our links. I recommend it to everybody. Yep. And for anybody,
well, Final Cut also does HDR footage, which
nice
doesn't do.
See, I don't do Mac, so I'm running on you guys on that stuff. So that's
there's 2 things in particular I was hoping to get into using Final Cut so I could do, which is I want to be able to take multiple clips in and have it auto align them by audio, so it syncs audio so that the clips
does that.
It does do that.
Yeah.
So that's good. I just need to learn how to do it.
You just have to select both clips and right click it, and there's an option for it. Sync.
Okay.
Audio. If you just right click them. I think that's what it is.
Okay. And then really, I just want more power.
New multi-cam clip, or it says synchronized clips.
Okay. And then just more power with graphics and text to be able to put stuff wherever I want it on the screen and just. iMovie's pretty good, but there's some things that I want to do that I can't do with it. But
Mhm.
The time and learning investment to do those couple of other little things that I want is pretty
We just need a
severe.
quick tutorial, man. We just need to do like a live stream one.
Yeah.
And if you have somebody to show you some of the tricks that make it so fast, that's what I've showed some of my friends using Premiere, and they're like, wow. And one of them just moved to it because he's doing HDR stuff from his drone, and he waited to buy it because he's already paying for Premiere, but you pay for that yearly. I mean, I bought Final Cut one time. Oh man, 6 years, whenever it came out, 6-7 years ago now. Every upgrade has been free.
Wow.
Never paid for it again. I had it on 7 different computers. Every time I do an update, I just go back to the App Store, download it to my new computer, and I'm off and running.
Yeah, that's the problem with software, though. A lot of software company are going that way in a yearly license.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if Apple doesn't follow suit at some point. But
some company just recently doubled their price too.
Yeah.
I think it was Adobe, wasn't it? Or no, it was
no, not Adobe this time. They already did double it, but that was a while back. God help us if they do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I started in Pinnacle Tank. I saw you posted that.
Yeah.
There's actually new iPad software coming out, and that's the next place people are going. LumaFusion.
Yeah, I've heard that's good on iPads.
And they have the second one that's going to do multicam stuff. Or
if iOS 13 adds in external drive support, then
it's coming.
Then it will become like a legitimate editing machine.
And I think there's going to be a browser type thing for it. But there's also the new ones can do a terabyte hard drive in them. I just saw.
Yeah, but
terabyte, huh?
Yeah, but you can do it
you can do it on a NAS as well.
But it all depends on, you just have to, I mean, I would edit on my iPad if I had the storage to put my footage. I just don't.
Yeah, if I could throw an external drive on my iPad, I would try it for sure.
Yeah.
I can't stand that Apple become so mainstream because now, when I went to school in 2000, I was the only PC guy out of 30 in the whole class, so I used to have lots to argue about. But now you're all using it, so it's taking the fun out of it now for me.
Well, what I don't understand about this whole Apple thing is that Macintosh went out of business because they were proprietary. Now they're Apple, and they're doing the exact same thing, and everybody's going, "Oh, that's awesome! I'll buy everything from you."
Well, that was the thing. It was all the liberal people buying these things. It was all the arts, but yet it was, to me, it was the most like regimented machine I ever seen in my life. Like, I can only use this RAM, and back then there was no games, no software, no nothing. Oh well, we got.
But they were free to create art because they weren't being bogged down in all the extra.
And I missed that.
Oh, really?
No,
it just worked
for me. I didn't feel creative with it all the time because I had to work on them at school, and I was always angry, and that bugged me at the time. I felt I can't do anything. Every time I go to do something, this is not available. No, you can't use this. Mac is charging them 10 times. They've gotten a lot better at that, so that's why they're doing great today. But
I've never had to give mine away to IT to have a virus removed, and they like my whole computer. And
never had to get a register cleaner.
Yeah, but back then I used to make comments about how if you had one by law, you had to own a Volkswagen Beetle, wear Bermuda shorts. And the whole list of laws came, and you had to play for competition.
But at this point, they're pretty much, I mean, for the most part, they all run the same software that everybody needs.
Exactly.
So it comes down to, I prefer the mail software integration with the calendars, everything with my phone. It's great, but
there's one. This is pretty
just good.
This is pretty techy, but there's one major thing I've noticed that is really a pain in the arse with Windows machines. Even using their new Windows app stuff that comes in the store, you can't just move that app to another Windows machine. You have to download it and install it manually on each machine. On a Mac, you can just grab your application and drop it to a hard drive or airdrop it across, and it works. There's no installation, no nothing.
In my opinion, today most of them have become, now they're on the same plane for the most part. There's bits and parts, but it's not about limitations anymore. It's about which one you like more.
Yeah,
it's not like it was years ago where there was like these gigantic, huge difference between both. It's more now comes down to a bit of preference. What's in, what's out, what do you like?
Yeah. Well, I still use
that like to tinker. Anybody that likes to tinker would be a Windows Android type person.
Yeah, that's right.
No, they'd be a Linux person.
Yeah,
well, they do that too, but features wise, you have a whole lot more options because there's just a lot more than with the Mac. The Mac is like you just get on it and you do what like you need to do, and you're done. You know, like they don't let you change these features about it. So
Right. No, that's a very good way of putting it. You're more like a hobby mechanic when you have a PC. You like to kind of get under the hood once in a while, more that type of person. You're
Yeah,
right.
Actually tweaking my PCs. And
Yeah,
then-
do what they do, what they're doing it for, and then move on and leave it to. That's
My biggest gripe about Windows 10, and someone, if they know the answer to solve this problem for me, please tell me, is that I cannot schedule a update. When
It's
there's
coming.
an update, it restarts and I lose everything.
They're finally rolling that out as a new feature. It's coming this year.
Yeah, I think the end of summer. That's what I was trying to think. They relatively.
It's only been a decade. People have been complaining about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've always have stuff in Photoshop. I always have stuff in little notepads. I have all kinds of shit open up, and then it reboots and I lose freaking everything.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about Macs these days that I used to love about it, it was one of my favorite features, is you didn't have that little stupid pop-up on the bottom telling you needed to update everything, or that this happened, or everything alert on your computer would pop up as you're doing something. You're like, I don't want to see that. Now all the time in the top of my computer, my Mac, it's popping up telling me I need to update my software, or this happened on Facebook, and I'm constantly like, go to sleep, stop interrupting me.
That's what happens to me, because my main computer's in my bedroom, and I'll hear that little beep, that notification, and I jump out of bed thinking it's time for a restart because there's an update. It's like, God, man.
Yeah. I wish you could snooze those notifications, because sometimes I'm doing like a screen recording, and then it's like emails popping in on that top. I'm like, no, I can't show that.
You can put it to sleep.
Okay.
Go into night mode.
But these are all the problems that came post Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, because after they left, now they're starting to become almost the same machine, and the annoyances from one has gone to the other and stuff like that. That's things that were before they wouldn't even touch stuff, and they used to actually use it as a selling feature against PC because of those pop-ups. Now Mac is doing them.
Tell me if
You
I'm
have
wrong.
to swipe over, John, and get it to pull that out. Then in notifications, then you swipe down, and there's a do not disturb and a night shift tab that you can flip.
Hey, Tony.
Goes off.
Tony, somebody wants to talk about the ECX Brutus. Do you know anything about the ECX Brutus that you can talk about?
Sure. What do they want to know? Got 60 amp ESC. It looks like a quick run ESC.
Nice.
550 12-turn motor, brushed. Runs the new IC3 connector for the battery, which is like the EC3, but it's got the Spectrum Intelligent charging.
Yeah.
Now, how big is that truck? Do you have
Same
something
size as Stampede.
to show us how big it is?
Same size as Stampede.
No, because I just want to show that you have it. Hold on, I'll present you.
Nice.
Oh,
That just came out today.
this came out today. Yeah, it came in the shipment from Horizon to Hobby
Is it
Town.
using the same chassis as that fire truck thing they came out
It's
with?
the exact same truck. It's just a new body.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
tires are great looking, though. I love the look of them. So it's like a Stampede, but it doesn't have like the turnbuckles that are adjustable down here and things like that, which I never adjusted anyway. For a little two-wheel drive monster truck,
Yeah.
it's not worth the extra price, you know. So for $160, oil-filled shocks. The build feels a lot like the Stampede to me.
Oh yeah.
You've got, they're like universals. Looks like dog drive shafts here. And then it's a little dark.
Now, how long is it going to take you to take that body off and put it on another one of your solid axle monster trucks?
That's the thing, right? So that's what I really want from it. Because it's really cool looking. I like the body a lot. But I'm probably going to run it on this. I'll be honest. I like my Stampede a lot, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. In fact, I hope that somebody comes out with a stock class. I was griping today. I don't know. I'm kind of an old man, I guess. They were posting about like the races coming up next weekend. And last year we did this tractor pull. Like, so the retros, you had to hook up a little a pull tractor, like they use on RC Sparks all the time with the weights that slide forward. It's hard to pull. Well, they just put little weights in there, and then we did it with the retros, because that's what retro used to have in real racing monster trucks. Is they start with like a tractor pull, they have a guy unhook it, and then they'd keep going over like logs and crush cars and all that, and race to the finish straight line. And so they were asking about if we were going to do that this year, and people were like, "No, it's a pain to bend over and unplug. I can't always get it off right, and racing should be about speed and being technical." And I'm like, and they're like, "We want to go fast," and I'm like, "There's 4 or 5 other classes to go fast, and the whole point of retro is not going fast. It's kind of just it was an equalizer, like you have the fast guys, but they might suck because the obstacles are so weird that they just roll you over, or they it equalizes because it's not supposed to be something that you can plan perfectly out. You hit it just too fast, and you're going to go over backwards." And anyway, I was just getting grumpy about it, I guess, because everyone's like, "Oh, we want a fast track." And I'm like, well, that wasn't the point of this class. This class was somebody could just compete with a stock truck, but they're like carving out the axles. They can put in 18 tooth pinions, and it comes with 13 stock. Yeah. So they're basically making them as fast as the Pro Mod trucks, but they're calling it retro. But all the Pro Mods run Clodbuster axles. They just changed the chassis because the chassis breaks too easy, and they put 4-link on it. But anyway, it's just being grumpy. Like, this is getting dumb. Like, I just want to sell mine. If mine weren't such cool retro trucks, I'd probably sell them at this World Finals and just be done with the class, because it's not the fun class that it was when they got me into it. It was so much fun. And what they talked up hasn't really turned out true, as everyone's gotten into it. It's just one more thing where guys are trying to man up against each other and, find a way to make theirs, next level faster, instead of being on an equal playing field and just having fun on a.
This weekend we're having a club race, and a lot of our racers are going up to Austin for that Lone Star Challenge. So I've got the transponders over here charging, and I'm supposed to run the race, but I kind of put a little message out there just kind of get a feel for how many people were showing up. And it looks like I don't have any racers showing up. I just have a bunch of newbies coming out. So I'm thinking, I don't want to cancel the race because we don't have enough people. I still want people to come out and have fun, even if it's the first time ever coming to the track. You know what I mean? Because RC is supposed to be about fun. And they're bringing monster trucks. They're bringing all kinds of crazy. None of them are in the classes that we race, except for one guy. And I thought it'd be kind of. I mean, I don't want to go over there and work if I don't have to, but it'd be nice if we get some new people at the track and everybody have some fun anyway.
Yeah, they always say like the slogan is always like RC fun for the whole family or whatever, And I'm like, no, this is more like grown men with toys and something to prove. Like, that's what it's become. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I agree.
Very true.
Grown men with toys and something to prove. It's kind of humorous.
Cool.
Not that I don't like competition. I like competition, but I think that the fun side of it and the family side of it's completely gone, in that they've made it where no kid can just go out. They can't even come and play with us because there's not a class for them, Everyone gets lumped in the same classes.
There was a race. There was a big race recently, and this kid's won a couple of times already. He's like 13 years old, and he's beating pros.
Yeah, and it's not even about age. It's about beginner, novice, or beginner, There's not a step-up way to get into it, really.
Yeah.
Other than just coming in and losing a lot. But when we raced BMX, you did beginner, but after you won so many times in a class, you had to then compete in the next class until you were eventually like the pro level. And there was no ever stepping back. But I don't think they need that many classes, but it feels like it's missing, especially since there's not a stock class that does equalize things. It comes down to money. And
well, Traxxas came out with that 4x4, that last one they came out with, the short course truck one.
Yeah,
a lot of racetracks were doing a hobby class where completely stock.
Yeah,
and people that had gate scale buggies were buying them just to be in that class because everybody had the exact same thing.
There's something fun about knowing that everybody has the equal truck. You know?
Yeah, there is. It's just like when John goes racing with that truck from Tamiya. Everybody has the same truck.
Yeah, it's been very fun. That level playing field is really awesome, where no one can put a bunch of money into it. No one can do any kind of crazy mods. You have to run them as they're built, and it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there should be a 2-wheel drive stock class because there's now ECX, but you could run that stock, and there's the Stampede, which is 2-wheel drive, which you could run stock. There's 2 monster trucks that they've got available for these type of races that could totally work. It's just a bummer, you know, like because you want it to be fun, but you know, it comes down to you can't just show up and race. You know, it's you either got to spend a lot of money or hours and hours and hours of time, like totally customizing it and fabricating your own parts and things to make it do things that nobody else's can do. And I like that. That's the pro mod class to me, and that's awesome. You want to do whatever you want, but it feels like there needs to be like the retro or something, because retro is just now another modified class that's pretty much pro mod with 27 turn motors. That's like the stipulation.
So John has a Hummer. Somebody wants to see the Hummer.
Yeah, I see the messages are
His
coming
Hummer
in.
is basically the same thing as this. But John, look, I have the shackles in front.
Yeah, mine are in the mail. But how I built this, I'm not running any of the bumpers, so I have nothing to put shackles on. But yeah, so I've modified my Gen 8 to be the shortest wheelbase. So I've brought in the front and the rear axle, and I'm using this body, which is from like it's old stock. It's for like T-Max RCs. So it's not designed to fit a scale crawler, but it worked out pretty darn well, and I'm happy with how it's turned out. So I just painted it today, and I just got it all deckled up and finished. So we'll be giving it a crawl this weekend.
If you have nothing to do Sunday, you can come to my house. We can actually crawl at my house. I'm sure my son would want to take his out also. So
yeah, I've got a friend coming over tomorrow, and he's bringing his crawler, so we might do that. I'll send you a message on Sunday. If we've got nothing else happening, we can probably head on over.
Sure. Where'd you get that, John? The body?
The body, I just went to one of my local hobby shops, and they had like this body hanging there. It looked like it'd been there for 10 years.
It's a hard body?
No, it's a really thick Lexan. It's like 0.6 mil heavy duty Lexan. It was designed for monster trucks, like a E-Max or a T-Max style body, but it works great on a crawler.
But would that fit on a SCX-10?
Yes, it would. Yeah. I mean, the frame, if you can look closely, the frame rail is poking out past it. Like that's the frame rail on the front, and the frame rail on the back is also like sticking out past. So if you put bumpers on, it sticks way out, kind of weird. But yeah. I might cut the chassis. I don't know.
The problem is that the Gen 8 is like the Traxxas. It's a very long truck. It's a bigger truck than a SCX-10. So that's why it's so long.
Yeah, even compressed all the way in, I think it's 12.3 is the wheelbase, and out of the box, like a Scout is like 12.8 or something. It's the same as the long wheelbase Defender Traxxas.
The SCX-10 is 12.8. Is that correct?
I thought there were 12.2. I think is the SCX-10.
I can't remember the wheelbase. I can't remember by heart.
Yeah, it's not 12.8 is like the long wheelbase Traxxas one. It's the SCX-10 is definitely shorter.
I actually did a side-by-side comparison today with the Traxxas Jimmy, the Blazer, and I had the Gen 8 beside it, and the Gen 8 is a little bit longer wheelbase. The truck is kind of a little bit longer. It's really neat how close the two are together. And for the difference of price, I am happy at 100% that I picked up the Gen 8. It's pretty nice little truck. I actually tried it outside, and for the money there, it's a nice truck.
Kagan says it's 12.3 for the SCX-10.
Long wheelbase. Okay.
Yeah. And that's what this is at its shortest you can go, is that 12.3.
Yeah, but the chassis is staying the same length. For that body, you'd have to cut the chassis, and then you're stuck with that body style, and you can't go back to a longer body if ever you change your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna run it without any bumpers on it for now because I don't really think I need them. And
No, if you're not running any competition, no, you don't need them.
Why is there a rule that I need to have? Is there a rule that I need to have bumpers to go into competition?
If they run SORCA rules, yes, you do need bumpers.
Oh,
but nobody
run like this the G6.
For the G6, there's no rule. Bring what you have. They don't care for the G6. Okay. But for points, if ever you're counting points, like at the GCM events and all that, you will lose points because you don't have a bumper, front or rear.
Okay.
I reckon it looks good like that. I don't think you need bumpers, John.
I don't. Yeah, it would be nice to have a little bit more protection up front because with the way the steering links and stuff is, it's pretty exposed. But yeah, I agree. It looks nice without them.
Yeah, well, it doesn't show that you're missing bumpers because there is a bumper on the Lexan.
There is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bumper's on the Lexan, so it actually looks okay. But the rear is a little bit goofy because there's not much of a bumper on the rear, so it's just a frame rail.
Cool.
For the wheelie bar.
Yeah, that's what I mean. My approach and departure angles are pretty extreme, so that's hitting the frame there, and then that's hitting the frame there. So it's pretty good.
What are those wheels?
See how it performs on the weekend when I get it out wheeling. It really hasn't been driven yet. I did a couple of tweaks. I programmed my Mamba X so that it drives really nice. I did do the bump steer fix by moving the front link to this steering link. It is stock. It comes in the higher position, which gives it incorrect steering geometry for these two links. If you lower this to the lower position, then they're in the proper angle so that when you compress, you get way less bump steer. Out of the box, like the steering turns like this much when you compress the suspension.
Oh yeah, I'll check that.
What are those wheels, John?
These are like eBay or Amazon special Octel, something or other. They're super swampers, 1.9s. And it is a beadlock. They were really cheap. They were like $25 for the whole set.
Is that Canadian?
That was Canadian, yeah.
That's pretty cheap. That's cheap.
What part are you around Ottawa, John?
Pardon me?
Are you from around Ottawa as well?
Yep. Yeah, I'm about 50 minutes from Tank.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's about 10 or 15 minutes from my house.
Okay.
Yep.
I figured you guys weren't too far apart. So
All-Star, yeah, Filthy knows. They're All-Star wheels. AUSTAR. If you search that, they have a lot of options actually, and they're all really good priced.
Get them on eBay.
You can. I think I got mine from Amazon.
Cool.
$25. That's not bad.
Cool. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everybody that went to see my son's video. He's already up to 20 views, which is kind of cool. Thank you.
I have it in another tab on pause right now. I'll be watching when we get down here.
Cool.
Way to go, guys. Can you post the link again?
Yeah, I can.
I missed it when you posted earlier.
Share. Copy. So here's the link to my son's video. If you can, go give him a comment, give him a thumbs up, and say that I sent you. Your dad sent me.
I don't want to do it now after he fought the last time. I want to actually put him off the street.
Yeah.
No, I'll give you the shout out. Yeah.
No, it's good. As long as he knows this time that I sent people there, so it's not a surprise to him, and they're saying, "Oh, look, yeah, I got lots of views because all by myself." But
well, I'm glad you told me that then, yeah, because otherwise I was going to word it for him that way, like I just came across it. So I shall do that then, no problem.
Thanks, Hershey Basher Boy. I did see that. Thanks a lot. And last time he actually went on all the comment and said a thanks to everybody. And I didn't know he was going to do that, but it was all in English also, and he's French.
Right.
And he's 9 and he is learning, but he commented on everybody's comment, which was kind of nice.
That is awesome. He's learning because he's in the French system, so he only starts learning English when grade 3, 4 usually. I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. But he's learned more English watching YouTube and with me and being out with me and with other people. So
my middle son, I put him in French school up until grade 5. I brought him back because of my daughter to get them. It was horrible. One was in the English system and the French. They were never off at the same time. If one had Friday off, the other one had Monday off, and it was that.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not an experiment that we're not going to have again. That was the deciding factor. But yeah, he was starting to learn English. I think it was grade 4, I believe.
Well, my son was 4 years old when he got his first team associated short course truck. It was a 2-wheel drive team associated short course truck, and he was 4 years old. Wow. I got everybody in the family to pay for it. It was like a $500 truck, and he was 4 years old, and we were going to the race. He wasn't racing; we were just practicing, but he was doing good at 4 years old. So
when dad's into it, it's a good time to get them in early. So
yeah, well, he's been driving crawlers and RC cars ever since he's been 2 years old.
Wow.
He was starting to walk and he learned how to drive. So kind of cool.
Cool dad on the block.
Yeah.
I got to take off, actually. I just realized the time is getting close to midnight, but it's nice hanging out with you guys.
Thanks for stopping in.
Good seeing you.
Hopefully we'll get to back. Like I said, I try to go because of all the niches. Try to be around, get to see everybody, but it's been too long between this visit, so I want to come back to it. I always enjoy hanging out with you.
Yeah, just keep a spot for me and Scott Zilla for an interview.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, and subscribe to 75 Gang Dog for me, man.
Everybody
for
joining us that night. That's going to be the clickbait of the century. I also want to tell Tony before you leave, Tony, I still go back and reference this picture constantly.
Yeah, you see that a lot.
And I didn't say it the night we interviewed you, but I was talking to a friend and I said, I want to ask you something. Does this make sense? And he agreed. I don't want because of all the work you do, but you know what? I'm surprised that Monsanto hasn't come after you to try and get this picture from you. You know how they try to put a positive spin on everything? And I seen that ad that night. I would never have said it during the interview, but that was the first thing popped in my head. Monsanto would pay like $100,000 to come up with a photo like that to try and make it all look rosy and peachy keen what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's so bright. It's so what you don't see of Africa. That is one of the most amazing photos I've ever seen in my life. And not just in general. I would say out of all the stuff I've seen, it's probably one of my top 10 I've ever seen. That is
cool, man.
Photo.
I did like it. I mean, that's not the one we used. That's my favorite. You know how that always happens?
Yeah. Yes.
They used the one that was more posed and, but that moment, like those are what I'm looking for as a photographer.
Yeah.
Those are the moments that I love, where it's supernatural
and vibrant,
supernatural, like otherworldly or whatever, but just like it's completely natural in that what they were doing was their own thing and it's a moment.
Well, I'll tell you left an impression with me on that one. I love your work, but this one, I kid you not, I always go back to. Every once in a while, I'll talk to friends or something. I'll go and pull up into the video, show it to them.
What camera did you use for that shot, Tony?
That would have been a 5D Mark II. Canon.
Yep.
Probably 50 millimeter. I don't know. That might be the 16 to 35.
Such an amazing photo. So vibrant. So everything you usually don't see.
It's wide. It's a wide, yeah.
Yeah. And you're right at the right angle. You're not too low. You caught them just a little bit below, like kind of, waist level. I'd say you were probably at, if we were to compare to somebody standing up, you got it just the right level. Everything is perfect up to it.
The thing that bugs me is, and it's you always notice, I wish that leaf wasn't in front of her face. The girl in the front, in the middle.
Yeah, but
behind, but
in the scheme of things, like that's, I don't know, you captured such an amazing moment in that one.
Yeah.
It's just a big long mustache that she's got. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think I ever found. I'll try and find it for you, but I've got a photo where I actually zoom out and I get like the guy holding the flash and everything in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I always like to do that kind of like stuff too, like behind the scenes. But when you shoot it, it gets the flash popping and everything, so you get the whole look.
Right.
It's a pretty cool shot.
I would love to see it sometime. That would be awesome. You got our Twitter, so just anytime send it over when you got it. See it. So thanks so much for letting me hang out with you guys tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in.
It was fun.
Anytime, definitely, guys. We'll get together soon. If any of you guys want to drop by anytime as well, you're always welcome. We're doing our interviews, and they're winding down now. It's getting close. If people are up later, we're not going to do as many. That's going to start again next fall. We're going to be changing formats some too. I think we're going to be going a bit more towards like a news show with keeping what we've done, but refining it.
Cool.
We have some people that are interested in hopefully, and we're looking at sponsors now. And we just had our biggest channel on the other week. Do you know the Sean Ward Show? A lot of you have seen him probably if you're into anything of comics and that they do like think of Seinfeld meets the Avengers. And it's like 3.4 million subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah, that was our feather in our cap for that one. So his total views 1.75 billion.
Wow.
It's crazy. So yeah, we're getting there, and well, like Tony and lots of great guests. So what else can I say? So all covered. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye now.
And we have Driftomaniac that.
Hey guys, I mean evening guys. Sorry, no whether you can tell it's been a long day. Sorry.
Hang on a minute, mate.
It's been a long day.
Here, mate. It's 1:52 p.m. for me.
It's just coming up on 9 here.
That's coming up on 12 o'clock here.
Midnight.
You're just in time for us to. You're just almost in time for us to say bye to everybody.
Yeah. I was guys. It was no. I'm out for the day tomorrow, so I've been trying to get everything. I've got an early start. So I've got to do my wife will live somewhere first thing in the morning. I've got to pack the car up tonight with stuff. So
cool. So are you going to do a summer challenge this summer?
Well, I'm doing the monthly ones at the minute. I've thought of another good one for next month, which should be quite achievable, and I think quite a few people want to enter it. But the speedrun one guy's done the two entries for the speedrun one so far with one of the new Armour Typhon 3S's, and he's got it like at 77 miles an hour.
Cool. So this month is speedrun?
Yeah,
Speedruns.
Yeah.
With the speedruns, you got to jump over the top of them, right?
Only on one of them.
Only on one of them. Okay.
The other 5 are normal ones.
Okay.
I'm waiting to see what because I don't state like a minimum speed on the one where you're required to jump over it. So I can see somebody doing like maybe at 5-10 miles an hour, but with like 10 or 20 people jumping over it. So I think we should see some fun ones towards the end of the month.
Yeah, I was thinking someone might do that as well. You go at like a decent speed, but then you get a bunch of guys together, and you could rack up some pretty good points.
Yeah. It was quite funny, John, because when I was filming that video in the I didn't get the speed constant to start with, and accelerated with the Armour Granite 3S BLX at the last minute, and I so nearly hit myself with it.
Yeah,
that constant speed is the key. So hit the accelerator, and then it's coming towards me. Oh my God! It's
I think the natural instincts you just steer away. Just it's going to hurt if it hits you.
I said I was filming it on my own, so I was steering it and driving it at the same time. But the idea is that you get somebody else to jump over it, so that they can concentrate on what they're doing. Yeah.
So I am going to enter your speedrun.
Excellent.
Okay, and I can tell you right now, I'm going to beat everybody's speed.
Excellent.
What's the punchline? I'm waiting for the punchline.
Yeah. But it's gonna be more of a comedy thing because I'm actually gonna put my RC in my car and do the speed run. The RC is doing the speed run, is going that speed limit. So there you go, I win.
Yeah.
And I'll even make the wheels turn. I'll prop it up and I'll have the trigger going like that. See, the wheels are turning, and turn the camera to the speedometer, and I am doing 100 miles an hour.
Okay, then which will make you the winner.
And then you're going to get pulled over. So make sure you roll on the policeman, the Mountie coming up.
Yeah. And I'm going to blame it on Driftomaniac. It's his fault.
That's what I was going to say. I could just see you there now. But officer, look, it's for this challenge.
Don't try this at home, kids.
RC basher board with your skateboard tank. No, actually, maybe I should take my my old Axial Exo buggy to show RC basher boy they can actually go 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, there seems to be some rumours flying around tonight that Armour are going to release an XL1 rival. I don't know if anybody else has heard anything.
An XL1 rival?
Yeah.
Really? A speed car, huh?
Big speed car.
It would kind of fit in with, you know, what people have been using the Typhons and the Italians for. You know, it's
the idea of just doing everything that Traxxas does.
Yeah.
But better. Yeah. In some people's opinion.
Anybody has that Red Cat on-road car we were talking about a couple weeks ago? That Red Cat racer there, that weird-looking car, four-wheel drive that they have.
Tank, but did you see that huge Big Squid just unboxed that huge fifth-scale crawler?
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Did you see that? The big truck? I was shocked that didn't hit your wall today with everything else that hit.
Well, was it? It wasn't a Raminator, or was something different?
No, it's a truck. It's a crawler. They're gonna.
Yeah, it's like a fifth scale trail truck.
Oh yeah,
pickup truck. Yeah, it's huge.
Let's go see Big Squid.
Because Red Cat
motor on axle, which is really weird.
Red Cat do a big crawler though, don't they?
They just announced it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen one, but I know that there's been one on their site for a while. I think.
Yeah, Big Squid RC just did their unboxing video of it. I can't say I like the design too much with the motors on the axles, but it's a big truck.
And who's that one?
It probably needs two motors to power it. That's why. If you're going to get enough torque for crawling with,
yeah,
it's probably more just practical.
And it's a Red Cat?
Yeah.
Bill signed has been out for a year.
Has it been out for a year?
Well, he's saying, yeah.
I don't know how I just saw it then.
Maybe they just got one to show it.
Okay. What year is this?
They just posted that this week.
As you've seen, this truck's big. We brought a Gen 8 for comparison towards the end. Enjoy the video. Wonder if they have pictures first. No? Okay, let's go see the video real quick.
So this is a recent unboxing?
Clawback, right? 2 days ago.
So how is Bill Stein saying? Yeah.
Says they've been wanting to get their hands on it for a while, so it might be been out for a year, but they haven't been able to
Oh, it's that kind of crawler, okay.
Yeah, there's a big one on the Red Cat site, something like a 1/5 or a 1/6 scale one. But I've never seen one down in. I'm going to ask about it in JJ Customs because
they're that chassis.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Hey Frank, I found that Tamiya I was telling you about earlier. It's a TRF 801 XT. It's a nitro truggy.
Jeez, look at the size of that chassis. Jeez.
You know, Tamiya made stuff like that.
There's the body on it.
Jeez.
It's discontinued, but that's the one I saw.
That's a 1/5 scale.
Yeah,
1/8 scale.
1/5.
No, this Red Cat.
Oh, there's my truck beside it.
Holy cow!
Yeah. I think they're calling it a 5th scale, but it does seem like it's kind of small for a 5th scale. If you consider the 5T is supposed to be a 5th scale as well, right?
Mm.
Yeah, no, that looks about a 5th scale. I would say it's not as wide as a 5T, but that's massive, man.
Yeah.
Based on seeing the people there, look
Yeah.
how long it is.
So, is there a price tag on this thing?
You
I don't
have
know.
to ask. You can't afford it.
Probably costs more than my minivan.
Yes,
It's going to be cheaper than the Raminator, that's for sure.
$599 on the website. So
Oh,
bit-
that's US, of course. Yeah.
be a bit less than that in the shops.
$599.
If you think about it, there's not much to that truck
No, there's not.
because
It's all metal, though.
it's just 2 panels, 2 rails, and you got the engine in the middle, transmission, and actually motor on axle on that.
Yeah,
well,
motor
you
units
can
at
do
front
the
end
same
rear.
thing about an Axial, and it's plastic, and it's $400.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh?
That motor position's unusual.
I don't like that sound, Tony. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I guess I probably missed all the rants at the beginning of this video, about the Axial releases.
Yes,
Everyone's in love with the 324 scale.
I think it's been out because I've just sent Jason at JJ Customs a text, and he says, I have one at my house. It's just missing the body and the body mounts. It's brand new. We can order one brand new for you, etc. So maybe they've just got it, but it sounds like it's been out a little while. Yeah.
Well, Bill said a year.
Wow.
So here's their video from Red Cat. Let's just see when it was released. This was December 2016.
Oh.
So I think they're just going to take this to one of the big events, right? Is that what Big Squid was doing with it? I can't remember what they're saying in the video. I was watching it, but I had something else going on at the same time. You know how that is.
I kind of watched the whole thing as well. I don't remember them ever saying why they had it. I don't think they said.
I thought they were going to like Proline by the Fire or something with it, or whatever.
Maybe.
I don't know why they would unless they're going to put like Proline tires on it or something.
Yeah.
Or body.
Is that all you need? One part of your truck has to be Proline?
$599. That ain't bad.
That's not bad price, yeah.
Here we go. Are you going to order that?
Don't look at it, Tony. Don't look
The
at it.
cameras.
A 1/6 scale, Bill's saying.
Yeah, I was thinking it was.
Huh.
I'd seen one on the website for a while that was either 1/5 or 1/6, and that is the same one. Yeah.
What's it called? I want to see if there's
Fallback. I think.
Yeah, Red Cat crawlback.
callback. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. See if there's
Yeah, it does look like a big HSP. I do have one here, one of the big crawlers from HSP.
Yeah. Well, they're all the same. They're all just branded differently.
No JP Slayer, no portal axle on that thing.
It's tall enough anyway to get over everything.
Yeah.
The tires alone.
JP
I just
Slayer.
want to get it and crawl over other people's crawlers with it.
Do you guys want another price here?
No portal, and I doubt that it comes with a Spectrum.
$9.99.
If I was to buy one of these things, I can only get these out of the States by the looks of it. It's going to cost me over $1,000.
Get 2 of them then.
But can you imagine that thing in slow motion? Mm.
Yeah, that's right, in slow motion. Yeah.
It's that big, isn't it? You could keep it in the back of your car, and then if you ran out of gas, you could tow yourself to the nearest gas station.
That's right on.
$865.60 to buy it, and then it's $287 to ship.
Wow.
Oh, JJ Customs is getting in one of those that big 80-pound beast thing.
The
That's coming.
Raminator?
You know what it's called, John?
Raminator.
That's it. Yeah, they're a dealer for the whatever whoever makes it.
That
Yeah.
Primal RC. Primal
Yeah.
RC makes the Raminator.
Yeah. There's a big dragster in the right against the wall of the shop, and that's a Primal dragster, a Primal RC dragster. To know. And they've got a little card on the side. Marvin tells me they've got one on order, so. But I'll let them unbox it at 80 pounds in weight.
The wheels. If you want a pair of wheels, if you want a pair of wheels for this thing, they're $50.
Jack, I'm tired of hearing you about complaining about shipping.
That's AU. That's AU. No, that's AU. $50 AU. So it'd be cheaper American for a pair of wheels for this thing. I'm just looking at the parts. No, I'm listening to what Tony said. It looked good in slow motion.
Lots of movement.
Well, Gab's commented on my military truck that I put up there 2 days ago, whatever. And I keep saying, even on here, I said everything looks better in slow motion, and that's what he said on the comment. And everything does look better in slow motion.
That David Hasselhoff running back in the day on the beach wasn't better in slow motion.
Baywatch.
That's what I was thinking. Baywatch.
You can fast forward through that part and slow motion the rest of it.
Yeah, get to the middle.
Okay, most of you know that I got a Gen 8 pack, right? But none of you know what I'm going to build with it, right?
Nope.
Don't all answer at the same time. Okay, so I just noticed that because I wanted to do a 6x6 with it, but portal axles weren't available, but now they are, because now Red Cat has came out with a kit that you only get the 2 axles.
Yeah.
So I've ordered a kit, and what I want to build is this.
Whoa.
So this is what I'm going to build with a Red Cat Gen 8. 8x8 rocket launcher.
Oh,
and I will be able to launch rocket with it. I'm going to use those rocket launchers that you actually, like Tony was using a while back with his son. I'm going to put those in the tubes, and I'm going to be able to light them with the remote control. That's my next project. That's going to take me about a year to maybe to build.
I was going to say, is this going to be done in 2020 or 2021?
2021 probably.
2021.
But I just got to find a style. But I'm thinking like this. I'd love to put multiple rockets, or it might be just one rocket.
That's
I
pretty
don't know
cool.
yet.
I'm more confused about how you're going to power your other 2 axles.
Don't worry about that. It's already all figured out.
Okay, good.
Well, one thing for that some people know me is I'm very creative, and when I put my hearts on something, I'll just make it happen. So
yeah, sounds like a challenge.
That is going to be a challenge. It's that's why some people were asking, well, what have you done with it? Well, I haven't done anything because I'm waiting for more parts to come in. So once I have the axle, I got to figure out how to extend the chassis, and then I'm going to have to figure out my drivetrain for it, which in my head, it's all figured, but now I have to put it down on, not on paper, but in the practice right on the truck. So yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah. Did you change your initial idea for that? Were you going to
Yes.
do anything else?
Originally, I wanted to do a 6x6, or I wanted to do a, you know, those big sand trucks that run the desert runs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to build with it. So But then people were saying, well, they don't really have portals. Some do, some don't, and all that. So I said, oh, screw that. I'm just going to buy a Mercedes body to put on it because they have those now, and Traxxas is actually starting to put those on theirs. So that's what I was going to put on mine is one of those hard bodies. But now the Axials came out, and I do want to be different than everybody else. I do want to build something that's doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to have fun with all my other RCs and things like that. That's why I bought the other Gen 8 for my son, so you can have fun. So slowly I'll build that up, and it should be pretty cool. And all the body, I'm thinking either 3D print or it's going to be all done with styrene, one or the other.
So who here, did you guys talk about the new Traxxas tracks?
We haven't talked about the Traxxas tracks, no.
Yeah,
Was that
Ben
new
video.
since the last live, or did you guys talk about that last week?
We talked a little bit. We touched about a little bit last week. Not much.
Is anybody planning to get them?
Yeah, Ben brought out a video yesterday on them.
Yeah, Ben, Break It, Buy It, Fix It did buy them, and he's got a video on it. And they're pretty. They look pretty good. They're plastic. We talked about it a little bit. We touched base a little bit about it. They're all in plastic and all that. And he thought the quality would have been a little bit better, but it's not bad. But it looks
cheapest I've seen tracks. I'll tell you what.
The what?
It's the cheapest I've seen tracks available.
Yes, that's because everything on there is plastic. They don't even have metal bearings. It's all plastic bushings.
It has one main bearing. The main one in the center is a pretty big metal bearing, but all the ones on the bottom are bushings.
Yeah, all the other ones are bushing. And the Traxxas actually mentioned don't change them because you're only going to get dirty anyways.
I was just going to say, because the minute you get them, if you think you drive through water or mud, anything on there, I think it's fairly sensible they're keeping them as bushings and not bearings, because I just think it's just a recipe for disaster. They're just going to, even if they're well sealed, if you run them through a stream, there's still water's going to get in there and then they'll start to rust immediately.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah. The only problem with while I watched the video is that because they're plastic, they just don't grip too good.
Yeah, the track seems to skip on high.
Yeah, he went up a bit of a grade, and I'm thinking it's just not going to get up there.
Yeah.
Well, people are thinking tracks are for crawling or they're for climbing. They're not. They're actually meant better to go on snow, on mud, on sand, on loose terrain, and they're meant to actually go fast and just have fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking like on somebody online asked, well, what use are they going to be? And I said, well, if you're going on snow, you're going to be able to crawl straight over snow. It's not going to, because it's going to spread the load. They're not going to sink in.
Yeah. Someone mentioned that on the video I put out today. They were like, now this location would have been perfect for X, because it was from February where it was a snow trail. And they were like, this is the exact type of scenario where you would want the tracks.
See, now it says to use them. It recommends using them only in low gear. And I was thinking, yeah, but they've got a 12mm hex. I could fit them on my Fortec. And the thing being, if you run it without the body, if the car flips over, you could just carry on driving.
I think they're cool. I just can't figure what I'd use them for. It's like one of that, like, I don't know, one-trick pony kind of thing.
Yeah.
And once I had them on, I'd probably want to leave them on, because just changing them out all the time would kind of be a pain.
Yeah, John spotted as well that while it recommends using them, say, in low gear, it also recommends using them in conjunction with the long travel kit, which is another $149.
Yeah, if you buy everything they recommend, it's well over $500 worth of stuff.
Really?
They recommend it with the long arm lift kit and with the most powerful servo and back that they offer.
Yeah.
But it seems like,
I guess on sand here we could use them at the beach, but I was just trying to think, like, where would I even use this?
But I think Sparks just put it on his truck with normal ride height. It seemed to work fine, but I'm not entirely sure if I had lift or not. It seemed like it was. It seemed like it was normal. RC Driver had it on a lift kit truck, and it just looked ridiculous. I mean, huge, but fine.
I jumped on the Traxxas website. We're talking about new trucks, and I'm like, what have they done new recently? And then I forgot that they did the tracks, but
they also came out with a G-Wagon TRX4.
Yeah, that was the one they announced at the Nuremberg Model Show, the body on that. I can't help thinking that they've probably got a new car imminently ready for release, but they know that Armour are pretty certain to be bringing out some showstopper of a car within the next few weeks. So I think they're probably holding fire to see who pulls the trigger first. That's just my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, you think they're still going to come out with more? I think they were almost at their 9 new RCs for 2019 already.
Who is?
Arma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Traxxas is like they're just putting new bodies on. Like you got the TRX4 Defender, Bronco, Blazer. The Trax is new. The Trax, that's a new thing. But a lot of it's just like the same platform.
Yeah, there hasn't been a new platform this year at all.
I mean, the Revo is new, but it's an old car but redone in a 2.0. Same with the not the Revo. The Revo and the what was the other one? Rustler. But
yeah, you wonder about something like the Summit, whether that.
Yeah, I think the last totally new platform they launched was the UDR.
Oh yeah.
When was that? Spring 18? I don't know when UDR came out.
Yeah, but no. Speaking to JJ Customs, that seems to be indication from the horizon that there's going to be quite a bit more to come from Armour as yet this year.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Oh darn! There's one thing I forgot to talk about that I put in my title.
Let's talk about it.
I'm just trying to find it real quick. There, I'm on my Facebook page. If anybody,
so is anybody going to Horizon Fest? I just booked my plane ticket. I'm going to Horizon Fest.
When is it?
June 7th through 9th. That's the big Horizon hobby at Eli Field where they have everything from buggy races, monster truck races, drones, planes. Everything is represented over the weekend.
I can't go. I'm getting married that day.
Will the RC sailors be there?
Probably. But there's so much flying, I wouldn't doubt it. So it's at Eli Field in Monticello, Illinois. So that's right by them, right? So it'll be, I would guess they would be there.
Is that like a threat or a promise?
I have no idea.
Is it the whole weekend?
Yeah, it's from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the 7th, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the 8th, and then 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the Sunday.
Yeah, it's not a fly for. It looks quite good. Yeah, I think they'll have a good time.
So they have 64 TLR Cup entries last year, almost 5,000 people there. They had a long jump contest, 226 feet.
Whoa.
That's a long jump.
That is a long jump.
So
the events they have are air-to-air combat, drone racing, Ring of Fire, and then they've got like 1/8 scale off-road races, crawling trails, figure 8 racing, King of the Hill, monster truck freestyle, monster truck racing, mud bog, night crawling. That's pretty cool. They put all the lights on the trucks at night and do like a whole night run. Everybody. Anyway, Sumo Wars. Looks like there's a ton of fun stuff.
Cool.
Sounds like it.
Cool. So the other thing I forgot to talk about is GCM Racing. They've actually come out with a for their C-Max, which is the chassis I have in my Winnebago. They come out with a chassis frame extension. So 410 millimeter frame extension that they got now that you can actually do. And this thing looks scale. It's just crazy. And see how it's actually spliced together right here. So now it's super long. Usually the axles are actually here. It's just crazy how long it is now.
Oh,
And
Bash, sorry guys, Basher Boy's just saying if Tony goes, please tell Vatera to release a new Glamour Sphere.
Who's Vatera?
And he also asked Tank when about you getting married.
No, I was kidding. I've been married since 2004.
Sorry to interrupt. I was just trying to keep an eye on the comments as well. Sorry.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
We gotta go, guys. Good chat. Talk to you later.
Thanks for bumping into that. Thanks for coming.
Night.
So
It's gonna be a
this
long
thing's
night here,
very
man.
long.
I gotta finish editing this dog truck video.
Cool.
So we're saying GCM's got what?
A frame extension for their C-Max. So they got a very long frame extension to extend to put dualies at the back or to actually put a single link, but if you want to have a long flatbed. So it's a frame extension that actually ties to their C-Max chassis to make it super long.
But it doesn't overlap. It's just got an inner. It looks like it's in the rail, huh?
Yeah, it's right here in the rails. So it's a piece that goes right into the rail.
It's a lot of bolts. That's nice.
And see, they have the center to actually extend the dry shaft also.
Wow, that's cool.
And you can actually see the piece of metal here. It's over here.
Is that something you could use, Tank? Is that something you could use for your 6x6 project?
Yeah, for the 6x6 or the 8x8, yes, I could.
Yeah.
But first, before going to a different frame, I want to try using the frame from Red Cat. I want to try to keep it as much Red Cat as I can.
Yeah.
But if
That's
that
your
doesn't
Gen 8
work,
you're trying to redo? You're trying to upgrade?
pardon me?
That's your Gen 8 that you're working with?
Yeah, the Gen 8 that I want to turn into a military truck, the rocket launcher. But that would be a perfect chassis for it, especially I can make it as long as I want, and I can keep it as low as I can. Because I do have to change the suspension because a military truck doesn't have as much suspension as a crawler truck would or a trail truck. So that'd be cool. But it's neat how GCM has been, it's not because they're local here that I like them. It's just I love the product that they're coming out with. They're good quality and they listen to what people want and they just come out with it.
From those photos, it looks good quality. Yeah.
Everything in that photo that you just showed looked quality.
Yeah. And it's built to last. Like my son's Jeep, he was driving last year on that's the Cross Canyon chassis. That thing is bulletproof. It's just crazy fun. Cool. So we'll do a round table real quick. It's almost 12:30 here. So we'll start with 75 Game Dog.
Hey man, peace and blessings, man. Peace and blessings.
I hardly said a word.
Yeah, well, he was talking earlier, and then he stayed quiet for a little bit.
He's doing what we should all be doing, working.
Yeah, Driftomaniac.
Hi guys.
Thanks for coming.
You Rich?
Jack.
Thank you very much. See you later, guys.
See you, Jack.
See you, Jack. I was saying goodbye to every one of you guys that say goodbye.
Scottzilla.
Are we staying back after this?
See you guys later.
See you, Scott.
Tony, are you going to say bye to yourself?
See you guys. Bye, Tony.
Hi, Tony. Hey, thanks, Tony. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks, guys. Thanks for jumping in and being with us tonight. I really appreciate everything you've done, and especially going to see my son's video. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll check it out after this.
Give a thumbs up to this video, and don't forget to ring the bell if you haven't, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week on RC Talk. Thanks, guys.